handle that.
Welcome to Dan Petrie Field for a little afternoon baseball with a top team in the nation welcoming in their rival from Warren. De La Salle, the Pilots, are in the house to watch Brock Porter pitch. Let's be honest, the 30-plus scouts here and the heavy crowd are here to watch Brock Porter, the top pitcher in the state of Michigan for sure, a guy that's being talked about as being a first-round pick, no doubt, and being the either the 5th best or the 7th best pitcher. It's all about Brock Porter, and it's all about St. Mary's right now, 16-0, and on a 38-game win streak dating back to last year. My name is Chad Bush alongside Jeff Willis. Coach, good to have you back in the booth with us. Welcome on this glorious Thursday afternoon.
Thanks for having me back, Chad. It's a pleasure to be here and always feel welcome when I come back to St. Mary's.
As you should. Jeff Willis, of course, was a part of 2 state titles. He won one as a head coach, won one as an assistant, and here at St. Mary's. He'll join me on color commentary. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. Now then, the Pilots come in 6-2 on the year. St. Mary's 16-0. The Eaglets are coming off a swing in Ohio, which they went 4-0 over the last weekend, and they also cleaned up back on Monday, as you saw here on the prep, against Detroit Country Day. It was a competitive game, 7-3 in the end. Orchard Lake St. Mary's wins again. The Bats have been active, 375 average, Jeff. This is an offense, a defense, and a pitching that's all come together and doing what they were supposed to do, be the best team in America.
Yeah. Anytime you got a team that's hitting over 300 as a group, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and as long as you're solid defensively, and obviously we know they got the pitching to do some good things, so you put all 3 of those things together and you're going to get good results, and they are. And it's only going to get better for this team as this weather warms up for them, too.
It sure is. Meanwhile, De La Salle has played half the amount of games that St. Mary's has, and they're coming off a nice little stretch themselves. They swept Seaholm over the weekend, 6-2 and 4-1. They beat Stevenson, the Sterling Heights variety. Don't get nervous, Alex. 11-0 back on the 11th, but they had a gap of 12 days, no games. They did get swept by Brother Rice in a doubleheader, 10-4 and 13-2. They swept South. They beat them 9-0. And then they swept UAD Jesuit 6-3-2-1. So what it tells us is they haven't played a lot of games. Jeff, it's a small sample size, but we know they were swept by Brother Rice, and we know that St. Mary's swept Brother Rice.
Yeah. I mean, you can't – it's too early to tell. This team is obviously a good team. When you put up a 9-0 win against a solid Grosse Pointe South team, well coached by Dan Griesbaum, and then you look at Sterling Heights, Stevenson, a solid win there. They're a good ball club, and I'm sure that they'll do some work today to try and get a W.
Yeah, and they're under the tutelage of a new head coach in John Musacchio. Musacchio was the longtime coach at Oakland University, and from 2007 to 2016, he was the winningest coach in OU's 44-year history. He comes here to De La Salle, and he's trying to build this program, rebuild it a bit. He's got some pieces to do it, Jeff Willis, and they're coming to compete today here in Orchard Lake.
I'm sure he'll start with the foundation. He'll want to teach these kids fundamentals, and he'll want his kids to work year-round in order to come out and get some W's in the springtime.
Musacchio definitely speaking in those terms and saying, look, we want to be hard-nosed, tough, blue-collar team, sprint to first, run field, take a pitch, do all the little things, and play tough, gritty baseball. We're going to take a pause right now for the national anthem. We'll step aside for just a moment. You're watching the Preps coverage of Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Warren De La Salle baseball. We're back right after these.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. #GBrandUSA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. Jeff Willis and Chad Bush with you, getting ready for St. Mary's and Warren de La Salle, a CHSL battle. And let's meet the starting lineup for Warren de La Salle under first-year head coach John Musacchio out of the west suburbs of Chicago, assisted by Brian Kelly, the guy that the field is named for at Warren de La Salle. He won 3 state titles during his tenure. He's back, and things are right again. Let's meet the starters for the Pilots. It'll be Caden Konoval leading off and playing first base. Rhett Rozier is pitching and batting second. Andrew Jingle is in right field and batting third. Eric Anton, their best hitter and best player at this point, and a senior, he'll bat in the cleanup spot and play in center field. Adam Broski is the catcher. He's a good one. He's one of their impact players. We'll meet him further down the line, a great athlete as well. Gabe Jones, who will start in pitching in Game 2, is at second base in Game 1 and batting 6th. Amir Mitchell is batting 7th. Amir Mitchell is a commit to Charleston Southern. That's a Division I school, and he's at shortstop. Christopher Pagano is at third base and batting 8th. And Dominic Muglia is in left field and batting 9th for John Musacchio and the Warren de La Salle Pilots, who come in 6-2. They are the 4-time state champions in 93, 2000, 2009, and 2016. Rebuilding under John Musacchio, and they've got an assignment against the big boy, Brock Porter. The beeper is on the mound today, and he's looking to continue his domination. 2-0 on the season with a .438 ERA. This is his 4th start of the year. All have been starts, his 4th appearance total. 16 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts against 7 walks. He's given up 1 hit and 1 run all season. 1 earned run all season. So Brock Porter, you look at it, the Clemson commit, and first-round prospect. One of the best fastballs you'll ever see, but it's a curveball and a changeup, really, that makes him better than the rest, not to mention the triple-digit speed that comes out of his right arm, Jeff.
Yeah. Anytime you can set up a fastball with a lethal changeup and another off-speed to go with it, it's dangerous. But at this level, when you hit triple digits with your fastball, you're going to dominate a lot of ball clubs.
Right on. The first Porter pitch is a fastball at the shins, right through the heart of Indian Trail for strike 1. What a beautiful day for baseball here in April, huh? There's another fastball that's pumped over for strike 2, and of course strike 2 means strike 3 to the rest of the baseball world. We're 3-2 baseball today, Catholic League baseball, and it's a Brock Porter strikeout to start things, his 33rd of the season.
Unbelievable. Has he even lost a game in his career, Chad?
I believe he has, but very limited with that number.
We're getting news from behind the dugout here. That last pitch, that strikeout pitch, was 101 miles an hour.
Get out of town. I don't believe it. There's a swing and a miss. This is the number 2 hitter, Rhett Rozier, who will start pitching in Game 1. Rozier is a heck of an athlete, and he's a Division I prospect in baseball. There's a line shot. Watch out. And that thing is hot and coming at Kyle Buchanan like a heat-seeking missile. Brock Porter on the mound looking for his 2nd straight strikeout of Rhett Rozier. Got him on strikes with an absolute seed on the inside corner for strike 2.
Now batting right fielder.
And speaking of seeds, that was a seed coming off that kid's bat.
Here comes the number 3 hitter. This is Andrew Jingle, the right fielder, batting left-handed against Brock Porter. Brock Porter, a senior, 6'4", 205, committed to Clemson. Prep Baseball Report has him as the 5th best prospect in America. That pitch is just low. By the way, your home plate umpire is Joe Particia, home plate umpire, and Tom Burrell is the field umpire. There's a strike called, get me over strike. This is Andrew Jingle, the right fielder.
This warm weather is definitely going to help Brock stay loose today, that's for sure.
Jingle, a junior, called strike 3. So Porter strikes out the side, ho-hum, and he's now collected his 35th strikeout of the season. Let's go to the bottom half of the first. No score. Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. Let's meet the starters. Jack Crichton leads off. He's at third base. It's part of that new movement. Crichton up there leading off. Blake Grimmer also in the 2-hole today at first base. Nolan Schubert is in right field and batting third. Ike Irish is the cleanup hitter. Jake Dresselhaus in center field batting fifth. Ryan Minnie McKay is batting sixth. Jason Oliver is batting seventh. He's at shortstop. McKay's at second. Parker Brustevich is the DH, and Ryan Mooney is in left field. That's the St. Mary's lineup under Matt Petrie in his 12th season, and he's assisted by Dan Petrie, Theo Piccarelli, and Aaron Wilson. Director of baseball operations is Tyler Fenzel, and Nick Jacobel and A.J. Michaelis are the student managers. What a time to be alive to be a student manager for Orchard Lake St. Mary's baseball.
Man, you're not kidding. But I tell kids all the time, if you love the game and you can't play it, find a way to stay around it. And that's one way you can do that.
Rozier delivers to Crichton, who pounds one deep to right center, but it's going to be corralled by the center fielder. That's Eric Anton, their best player, and that's a loud out number one for the Pilots.
Blake Grimmer.
So let's take a look at the starting pitcher, Rhett Rozier, the sophomore. This is also a very good running back in football for Dan Roan. And we'll get his profile here in a moment. He is going to work against Blake Grimmer. Grimmer shoots one to left. This one is deep. Tracking it, though, having a beat. And that ball is going to get down and off the wall. It's going to be another double for the rookie Grimmer. And the junior has collected another hit. He's red hot, 521 average coming in, and that's his 5th double of the year to tie for the team high with Crichton.
And going back to that switch, putting Crichton at the top of the order, that's exactly why they do things like this.
Just a great job of taking it the other way. And he's continued to do that time and time again. So a man in scoring position, here's Nolan Schubert, who swings over the top of an off-speed pitch from Rhett Rozier. And this is a sophomore, well-built, 6'1", 225, a 3.9 GPA. And this is a guy that threw a complete game against UAD with 11 strikeouts. And he comes into this season with a 3.5 ERA, as you see it, 14 innings pitched, 2-1 on the year, 25 strikeouts. It's a fastball that can get up to the upper 80s. And he's got a slurve and a split change that aren't too shabby either. So this is a legit third base Division I prospect or a pitcher.
Yeah, and only being a 10th grader, he's only going to get, stronger and bigger, and he's going to learn the game more, and he's going to learn how to pitch.
Schubert with a man in scoring position, and he looks at another changeup. Grimmer will sit down at second base. Nolan Schubert committed to Michigan. He is a senior, 6'4", 220. And he has 5 home runs on the year, which is tied for second best on the team, and he has driven in 15 runs.
Collected a clutch home run, I believe, one day last week.
He sure did on Friday. There's a swing and another drive. This one deep to left, way back, and gone! 6th home run of the year for Nolan Schubert. Going the other way. And as my partner likes to say,
Oppo Taco, baby.
Nolan Schubert with his 6th of the year, and St. Mary's now leads it 3-0. 2-0 rather.
And both left-handed hitters there taking the outside pitch the other way.
Number 18, Irish.
There you see it, the home run to left, the other way. And that wasn't a cheapo. So for St. Mary's now on the year, that is home run number 30. 30 home runs for St. Mary's on the season, and that is through 16 in a third games.
And you've got the team's leading home run hitter from last year on deck.
That's right. That's right. That is Jake Dresselhaus, the on-deck circle. This is Ike Irish. That's a pitch that's low from Rhett Rozier, the right-hander, the sophomore. This guy has scored touchdowns as a running back. And he's thick, he can run, and he's got some skill to him. But they think baseball is going to be his ride at the next level. Irish slices one to left again. It's hit hard, but it's hit right at the left fielder. And that's an out recorded by Dominic Muglia. So 2 outs now in the St. Mary's first.
Number 4, Jake
2 runs are in.
Dresselhaus.
And with the bases empty, that'll bring up Jake Dresselhaus.
Muglia getting a lot of action out there in left field against these left-handed hitters already.
Yeah, he's been active. Chasing a homer, chasing a double. And the hardest one of them all is the line shot right at you off a left-handed bat as a left fielder, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Those were not fun.
No, because it's going to tail away from you. A lot of people don't understand when a ball from a left-hander goes to the opposite field, it's going to get away from you.
That's right.
That's a tricky one.
I was usually in center field like you, but once in a while your dad would put me in left. And I didn't like it, but I listened to Coach. I listened to your pop. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Pitch is low. Dresselhaus. That is a stop by Adam Broski. Adam Broski is the catcher, and take note, this is also Division I prospect back there. And this is a kid that can really catch it, and he's a great athlete. And you'll notice that he's very good at blocking, catching, and throwing. This is a big advantage for De La Salle, one of the league's best catchers. Strike called. That's a nasty pitch from Rozier, and he gets a very good hitter in Dresselhaus.
After 1 inning in play, Orchard
and the
Lake St.
Eagles are
Mary's
out,
2,
but not
Warren
before.
De La Salle 0.
The Nolan Schubert, 6th home run of the year, and St. Mary's leads 2-0 as we go to the second. Chad Bush and Jeff Willis with you. Let's meet the defense for Orchard Lake St. Mary's behind Brock Porter, who had a 1-2-3 first. It's Ike Irish behind home plate catching Porter. It's Grimmer at first, McKay at second, Oliver at short, Crichton at third, Ryan Mooney in left, Dresselhaus in center, and Nolan Schubert, the home run king, with his 6th of the year. He's actually not the king. Irish is the king with 7, but he's been stuck on 7 for a minute, and Schubert's coming with some vengeance.
Yeah. I feel like on a day like today, they might be ping-ponging back and forth. You never know.
Yep, that's right. So this will bring up Eric Anton, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. This is their best hitter, and this is a guy that's leading the team with a .550 average. He's an Ohio Northern baseball commit, 6 foot 180, and a guy that can really run as well, a 6'7", 60. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. Breaking ball got him. Irish completes the strikeout to Grimmer, and there's one up and one down, and so far, 4 batters face, 4 strikeouts.
Catcher, number 10, Adam.
He got him on the off speed there.
It was a nice off-speed pitch.
Yep, he got dirty with it, and a lot of times when you pound the zone with the fastball, that off speed will get you.
His off-speed is really good. It's a plus for a guy that brings as much heat. And by the way, there was a recorded 101-mile-an-hour pitch by Porter in the first by one scout. There's about 40 here. Strikeout. That's 5 straight for Porter.
And for those of you that are watching, you should be able to see that
Now
from that
batting
center
second
field
baseman,
view.
number 21.
Yep,
Gabe
we'll take another look
Jones.
at it here. And this is Broski that's down on strikes. Just 2 quick pitches. Porter has made quick work of the Pilots, as he has most of his opponents this year. He's given up just 1 hit and 1 run. Purify got the hit off him last week and a half ago against Liggett. This is Warren De La Salle's number 21, their number 8 hitter, Christopher Pagano, the third baseman. Pagano, the third baseman, and the junior.
One thing about Porter that
that hits the back of Pagano, and that hurt me to watch. And he just sprinted down to first. Go ahead with your thought, Coach.
Just at
batting,
this level, to be able to have the command
Amir
of
Mitchell.
3 different pitches is impressive. And I'm sure that's what a lot of these scouts here are noticing and looking at. You know, most of the time when a kid throws triple digits, no matter what level, minor leagues, college, whatever, it's their off speed that they can't figure out. And this kid has got it figured out.
Yep, that's right. That's the 3rd hit by pitch this year for Porter in his 17 innings of work. There's a check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says your field umpire, Tom Burrell. This is the number 7 hitter, Amir Mitchell, the shortstop. He is committed to play Division I baseball at Charleston Southern.
And if you're Mitchell right now, Chad, after watching that kid get hit, what are you doing in the box here when you come up to bat?
Taking a pitch.
Man, I would have to think, knowing that he's bringing this thing in the upper 90s, I'm not going to lie, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm hiding number 1, and then I'm not swinging.
Right, right.
The pitch to Mitchell nubs it foul. Amir Mitchell is quite the physical specimen, remarkably talented, just a junior, 6'4", 182, and a guy that you'll see at shortstop, third base, and center field. He's at shortstop today. Man on, 2 men out. 5 strikeouts for Porter. Can he have 6?
And it looks like Mitchell's
he
got
can.
some. It looks like he's got some velocity from the infield and defensive standpoint. So he's got some strength there on defense, and should be a decent player.
6th strikeout of the game by Porter, and that retires the side.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Second baseman, number 3, Ryan McKay.
So here comes McKay to lead things off, followed by Oliver and Brustevich as we get a look at the defense for Warren De La Salle. Pagano at third, Mitchell at short, Jones at second, Conoval at first, Muglia in left, Anton in center, and Jingle in right. Broski is the catcher, and Rhett Rozier, the sophomore, back for his second inning of duty. And it's lined to the right center field gap. That's down for a hit. That's Ryan Minnie McKay, the Michigan State commit, with another hit. This kid just keeps hitting.
First left-hander in the lineup to actually pull a pitch
Number 14
today.
Good observation. Very good observation. That's his 24th hit of the year. Minnie now hitting north of 470. Here comes Jason Oliver, who's having a great season as well. 333 with 3 bombs and 21 runs driven in. Pitch is just low. The 21 runs driven in is tied for second best on the team behind Blake Grimmer. So this has been a run producer, Jason Oliver, and he's played a fine shortstop as well.
Yes, he has.
Looks at one just low from Rhett Rozier, an athletic 6'1", 225 pitcher, and you'll see him in game 2 at third base.
And Oliver, a Michigan commit, is that right?
He is a Michigan commit. That is correct. It's a theme up and down the lineup. Edging off of first, McKay. That's fouled back. McKay with about average speed. It's a plus speed. Not a guy you'd look to see moving here, but you never know.
I was just going to say, let's see if Coach puts him in motion here. Because from a hitter standpoint, you got to be thinking off speed, which is a good time to send a guy.
Let's see what he's got. Oh. Well, they're thinking the same thing you are. John Musacchio is on the same baseball mental wavelength and path as you. It's got to make you feel good.
Yeah.
He's a Division I head coach.
Yeah, he caught him leaning there, too. I'm sure a little bit better of a move and a quicker throw, he might have had him.
Uh-huh. Steps off.
But see, now that they're going to play that game, what's the pitcher going to do? He can't throw his off speed because he know the guy's running.
Fastball coming.
Yeah, and if you're a hitter, you eat it up.
Jason Oliver likes the fastball.
3 home runs on the year?
Yes. He had one last on Monday night in Beverly Hills against Country Day and part of St. Mary's 7-3 win over the Yellow Jackets. Good size lead for Minnie with a dirty jersey. There he does go. It's nubbed back, and this is going to be a base hit. They will not get anybody. Oliver is safe at first. Rozier will eat it, and the Eaglets have 2 on with nobody out here in the second.
And let's take a look here. Is he sitting fastball and gets a curve? That's why he's ahead of it and gets it off the end of the bat here.
Swinging bunt.
Yep.
And when the runner's going. Sometimes all the bounces go your way. Sometimes all the things you dial up work. You know how that feels.
I sure do.
Parker Brustevich is the hitter. This is a sophomore. And quickly rising with his stock, if you will. He's also in the top 3 in the rotation.
He's just a 10th grader.
He is. He was the only freshman last year to play regularly on the St. Mary's team, semi-regularly. Rozier with trouble here. 2 men on, nobody out. And it's a fastball firm in the upper 80s, but it misses inside.
Beautiful day out here for some baseball. Great day to play, too, as we say.
Sure is. There's a line shot again.
Heads up.
Into the dugout for De La Salle. And thank goodness those boys have some good reflexes. Man, wow. Look at that again.
Man, that came in hot.
Brustevich with a laser.
Wow.
And
look out.
Yeah, Kyle Buchanan taking notice up there on top of that dugout. Runners edge off of first and second.
There's a lot of room. I noticed the outfield shifting a little bit. There's a lot of room in that right center field gap here. Let's see if he can, take the off speed, something outside that way.
There's a ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. No, it won't. Amir Mitchell throws it away. Into score comes McKay. 3-0 St. Mary's on the error from Amir Mitchell, the shortstop.
And that misplay by the right fielder almost cost him another run. Coach was waving him home.
Yeah.
And he just didn't realize it. He better to be back to third and safe than get thrown out at home on a delayed reaction.
That's right. Andrew Jingle is the right fielder. That'll bring up Ryan Mooney with runners at the corners, a run in. It's now 3-0 St. Mary's on 4 hits. The first error of the game goes by way of the Pilots.
Let's see if Coach sends him on the first pitch here. Get a guy in motion and try and get this guy in from home or from third.
You got good speed on the corners with Brustevich. Solid speed at third, better speed with Oliver, which is more important in this play. Probably right than the first guy running at first base.
Yeah.
Mooney is a solid bunter. And
speaking of speed,
he can run.
He
can really run. That's his best asset right now.
Yeah.
And they might use his legs here. And Moose is smelling something. And he's going to check back to first. De La Salle has had a nice little run here. They swept Seaholm over the weekend. They knocked off Stevenson. 3 straight wins after losing and getting swept by Brother Rice 13-2 and 10-4. And we saw John Musacchio kind of rally his guys after the first and have some words to him. What do you say as a coach in that situation?
Well, when you're coming over here to face the #1 team in the country, you got to stay positive and you got to stay up. You cannot get down and you can't let yourself fall behind too far. You just got to put everything behind you and go 1 pitch at a time to try and win every inning and do your best.
That's a nice breaking ball
number 5,
for Brett Rozier. And we'll take a look at this again. Rozier, that's his secondary pitch. And that is what they call the split change. And we'll get another look at it here. Whoop, that's a nasty pitch.
That's a tough one.
That's a plus pitch. There's a line shot center field. A 2-out RBI for Jack Crichton. Rounding second, headed to third is Brustevich. Into score comes Oliver. And it's 4-0 St. Mary's here in the bottom of the second.
That's a good piece of hitting by Crichton there. If you remember in the first inning, he went the same direction with the same pitch almost. He just got a little under it the first time through.
It's almost as if St. Mary's doesn't feel like they've done their job unless they're going the other way.
Yeah.
Like it's almost intentional. I mean, you see guys going the other way. Is that to be looked up upon? To go a guy that can go the other way?
Yes.
Do you think that is something?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. In my years of coaching, I used to tell kids, if you can learn to go opposite field, you'll add at least 50 points to your average. No questions
Is that right?
asked. Yeah. Because not a lot of kids know how to do that. You know, they grow up and they're just pull hitters and they pull. When you learn to go the opposite way with the off speed and the outside pitches, it helps. It makes you a well-rounded hitter.
Sure. Here's Blake Rimmer, who had a extra base hit back in the 2-run St. Mary's first. He doubled and scored.
To the opposite field.
To the opposite field, that's right. Crichton gets the RBI, and for Jack Crichton, who came in batting .458, that's his 20th RBI of the year. So St. Mary's now with 4 fellows with 20 or more RBIs. There's a pop-up to shallow center field. Coming on is Anton to make the catch. Matt Petrie will hold Parker at third. And there's now 2 outs in the St. Mary's second.
Number 30, Nolan
Just missed it. But again, opposite field, pitch to the outer part of the plate, and he lets it get a little deep and goes with it.
So Grimmer, who came in second on the team in batting average, officially third. The guy leading the team in batting average, you want to guess who it is?
I got a cheat sheet here in front of me.
Tell the folks.
Well, it's the kid that's on the mound today for the Eaglets.
That's right, Brock Porter. 6 hits and 11 at-bats. It's a .545 average, and that leads the club. I mean, it's a small sample size, but Brock Porter can do many, many things well. There's a pickoff at first.
They got him.
How about that? Picked off at first base is Jack Crichton. So how about the move by Rhett Rozier? We'll take a timeout, come back, and check it out right after these.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player, and I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Core bats for the past 3-4 years. When y'all came to me, like, took my advice, trying to figure out like what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's like really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Core bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB Core bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB Core bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB Core bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
Take a look at the Warren De La Salle impact players. Eric Anton has been their best this year. Ohio Northern commit, and with all due respect to that Division III institution, I think Anton could be rising above that level. And nothing wrong with that level, but he's been playing high major baseball. 6'11 average, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. And Gabe Jones, who will start game 2. We'll talk more about him later, also in this game at third base. And Landon Key, also one of the impact players. Now, this is number 27, Christopher Pagano, the third baseman. Brock Porter has thrown 22 pitches, make it 23. And he has thrown, partner, 17 out of 23 for strikes.
And only one man reaching base via the hit by pitch.
And this will be the only recorded out thus far that is not a strikeout. And so this is the first out of the game, not a strikeout. It's a ground out. And that is by way of Dominic.
17, Dominic Muglia.
So Pagano is out. Here comes Dominic Muglia. Muglia, the left fielder today for John Musacchio in his first year.
And Musacchio had the boys rallied in front of the dugout in between innings again. So
yep.
He's trying to keep them up and probably just telling them, hey, relax up there at the plate, you know, and do your best to put the bat on the ball.
No doubt. Both teams in white today. Interesting look. There's a strike called. This is the number 9 hitter, Dominic Muglia, and he is out on strike. Strikeout number 7 for Brock Porter. 2 are out here in the top of the third. And that'll flip the order to the top. And this is Caden Conoval.
Oh, he got him there.
Yeah. This is the first baseman that tagged the runner out at first, Jack Crichton, last inning. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8 for Brock Porter. It ends the third for De La Salle. We go to the home half of the third inning. St. Mary's by a grand slam.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Two SP Sports Performance Located in Farmington Hills, Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Waterford. Receive 10% off when you mention the prep. And get your training in under Joe Neal and his fine training staff. Give them a call, 248-397-8945. Book an appointment today. Check them out on the gram as well, 2SB Sports, and their website, 2sbsports.com. My name is Chad Bush. Jeff Willis on color commentary today. We are at the bottom of the third, 4-0 St. Mary's. They had 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. Porter has 8 strikeouts now, and the Eaglets have a home run, their 30th of the year.
Yeah, and the most impressive part about the 8 strikeouts for Porter is the limited amount of pitches.
Yeah.
Like he's just beating the strike zone up today.
Yeah, it's 28 pitches. You're right, through 3 innings. Very impressive. Less than 10 pitches an inning. That's kind of ideal, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know it's Catholic League baseball. It's 2-3 ball. So that may impact some of those pitches, but he's been very efficient.
Yes.
No walks, just 1 hit by pitch, and 8 strikeouts.
And even if you add 1 extra pitch per hitter, you're still low pitch count at this point.
Sure. Here's Nolan Schubert. And he bombs one deep to right. This one way back, and that is off the wall. Schubert's going to round first, head to second with a stand-up double. And it's a leadoff double here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting, number 18, Irish.
Looks like Schubert got a little bit out in front on that one, but he kept his weight back and just threw the barrel of the bat at the ball. Resulted in a nice long stand-up double for him.
Hard to believe it, but it's his first double of the year. But he has been an extra base producer, especially the last couple weeks. Nolan Schubert already with a home run in this game, now with an extra base hit. There's a fine stop by Broski. Broski we saw on the basketball court. He won a state title under John Jokai in basketball. He won a state title under Dan Ronan football this year. This guy's got no more room for rings. And he's just a junior. Here's like Irish. There's a swing, and this one's lifted deep to left, but in the park and caught basket catch style in left field. Catch by Dominic Muglia, and that's the first out of the inning. Runner stays put at second.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jake.
Looks like Irish just missed that one, but again, these left-handed hitters taking the outside pitch the opposite way. That's a good piece of hitting, even though he just missed it.
Yes, it is. It's almost like you're in the shame room if you pull a pitch.
Right?
I mean, I don't think I'd have played on this team for sure.
No.
I mean,
I don't think I would have either. I'd probably have a clipboard.
There's a error at third base, and this is going to get tracked down in shallow left field, but that's going to be an error on the third baseman, Pagano. Second error of the game for De La Salle.
Schubert with some heads-up base running there.
Yeah, just staying put.
Stayed put until it got through, and then when he realized there was nobody there covering up third, he moved his way over.
Yep, smart baseball player.
Yep, gets himself 90 feet closer.
So,
let's see if McKay can do like he did in his last at-bat and hit a nice gap shot here to get another run on the board for the Eaglets.
Scored a run as well.
Oh, did they get another one?
Very close. The first base umpire, Tom Burrell, says safe this time. And back to first base is Jake Dresselhaus, who's on by way of the error by Pagano.
And when you're playing a team like St. Mary's, you cannot give up errors. You got to get your outs when they're given to you. That ball was not very hard hit.
No.
Just a little misplay by 27. Pagano over at third.
Pitch in the dirt, fine stop by Broski. Again, you look at Ike Irish is the top catcher in the Catholic League, but this guy's right behind him, Adam Broski. You see it there, 6'2", 180. Division I catching prospect. There's a shot again in the dugout. This one a little lighter and on a skip. But, man, oh, man, watch out.
They are keeping busy over there in that first base dugout, I tell you.
They sure are.
Let's see if Coach puts them in motion here. Always an advantage when you got a left-handed hitter with a runner at first because he's got a big gap between the first and second baseman. If he pulls one and gets it through, this would set up another first and third situation for the Eaglets.
Back safely. We want to say hello to Jaylene Garbig, and she is the mother of our trainer here at St. Mary's, Kelly Garbig. And Jaylene is listening in beautiful Greenville, Ohio this evening. Hello, Jaylene. Thank you for your loyalty. Swing and a miss. And out on strikes is Minnie McKay. So a big strikeout for Broski, or excuse me, for Rozier, rather. Not Broski. And that will bring up
14,
Jason Oliver.
But you mentioned Broski did a nice job of chesting that one up and keeping it in front of him. That ball gets by him, you know, you're advancing runners and maybe pushing a run across the board. So nice job back there behind Broski.
We've seen a lot of pass balls or wild pitches, and I don't want to get in between of what to call them this year, but it's refreshing to see catchers like Broski, who throws to third. He's going to let Dresselhaus get down to second. But catching the ball this year, it just seems, and I'm not knocking any catchers, but I mean 6, 7, 8, 9 a game sometimes. You really appreciate the Broskis, the Irishes, the Cowdreys, the guys that can catch the ball, the basics.
Yep. The catcher on the baseball field is the quarterback on the football field, the only guy that can see everything going on in front of him.
Yep.
And if he's got to turn around and go get a ball, that's never a good thing.
Yeah, and that's the other part of catching is you got to be a tough mental leader. And you know, aside from being a skilled receiver, catch and throw guy, great athlete, all that, you got to be able to command the staff well, and that's what he does.
Yep.
Pitch is low, Jolly walks. The bases are now loaded with 2 outs. And here comes the sophomore Parker Brustevich, who will start game 2 on the mound.
Having a good catcher is like having another coach on the diamond for you. A kid that can call a good game for your pitching staff, you know, defensively solid, kind of tell everybody defensively what's going on, where to be. It's a breath of fresh air as a coach to have somebody back there that knows what's going on and can play defensively solid baseball.
Indeed. So Rozier in a bit of trouble here. He's trying to get out of his first inning without giving up a run. He gave up 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and with the bases loaded and 2 outs, he's got a chance to get out of the third unscathed. But Parker Brustevich trying to change that. And he taps it slowly to third. This is going to roll foul as it's touched by Muglia. And so now Rozier ahead, a strike.
And Brustevich, no easy out here. He's batting over 300 on the year.
That's right.
And you get him on the base paths. You got Mooney, and then you're back to the top. So speed to come. No room to put him anywhere.
One of 6 regulars batting over 300 on the year for St. Mary's. So, Rozier trying to get out of it with the bases loaded in the third. Missed low, says your home plate umpire, Joe Particia. The Major League, listen to me. The National Football League draft is tonight. Hey, Pat the Stat is back. He's back from Puerto Rico, where he was sent down on assignment on stats over the weekend. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, it nearly nipped him. It's a full count. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. Runners will be on the move.
Yep. Make sure he goes home, boys.
Most exciting play in baseball outside of the triple, isn't it?
Yep. But you, as a runner coming from third to home, got to be heads up here. If he pulls one down the third base line, you got to be heads up.
That's Schubert. There's a line shot, and you called it.
I'm telling you.
Heads up, and he was.
You got to be.
Yep. Matt Petrie just said it, too. Well, you're a coach, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can't lose that coach in you.
Never.
You can't lose those glasses either. Can we get a look? Where's Buchanan? Kyle, can you get a look at these shades? Jeff Willis, please. I mean, who cares about this pitch? Get the shades. Look at these. These are glasses. These are great. Those are sexy specs.
Man, thank you.
I'm gonna switch out of my contacts so I can wear glasses like that. Swing and a miss.
I took mine off to put these on.
After 3 innings of play, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 4. Warren De La
We got out of a
0.
jam there.
There you see it.
He got
there
out
they
of
are.
a jam there.
He's Jeff Willis. My name is Chad Bush. The inning is over. Rhett Rozier. How about Rhett Rozier getting out of that with a strikeout?
Yeah. It's pretty big for a 10th grader. Coming up big with bases loaded against this lineup.
So Brock Porter back out for his inning of duty. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back in a moment. This is the prep.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark.
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
You look at the Pilots, 6-2, having a fine season under their first-year head coach, John Musacchio, from the west side of Chicago. The Birds, winningest head coach in Oakland baseball history. How about that? That's 50-plus years now. State champs in 16, 09, 2000, and 93. 3 of those were under their assistant coach, Brian Kelly, the former baseball coach, head baseball coach, and athletic director in the namesake of their baseball field. And he's an important part of this program and staff and school. He's back. They're glad he's back. And this program is rebuilding. And look, De La Salle won a state title in football. They won a state title in basketball in Division I. I mean, are they having a year or what?
They sure are.
There's a check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. It was back-to-back state championships for De La Salle football. And so, you can't win them all. Baseball is rebuilding, but they are 6-2. We will look at the CHSL standings here shortly, and you'll see that, look, they're sticking around and still in this thing. De La Salle's only played 8 games. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Out on strikes is Rhett Rozier. And
number 9 for Porter on the day.
The 9th strikeout.
Now batting,
and look at this
26,
location, Jeff.
Andrew Jingle.
Kind of froze him. Looked like he went down and in on him.
Maybe an off speed. Andrew Jingle. Swing and a miss.
And it's got to be equally as tough on these hitters. Knowing that he's bringing that fastball as fast as he is, and then he throws the off speed. Like that first pitch to this young man in Jingle, he was way ahead of it.
Yeah. No, he was. This is the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Andrew Jingle, Gingle, the right fielder. In a 1-1 count, Porter looking for his 10th strikeout, and he got it. Pitch in the dirt, breaking ball scoop by Irish, completes the strikeout to first, and there's 2 outs here in the De La Salle, top of the 4th.
And he got him on the same pitch that he got the first
Now
strikeout.
batting, number 9, Eric.
10 strikeouts now for Brock Porter, who's given up just 1 hit and 1 run now in 20 innings pitched this year. And he has his 10th strikeout, which brings his tally on the year to a whopping
Got to be over 40
42.
Now.
42 strikeouts. There's a ground ball to second. Minnie McKay throws to first, and the side retired.
Efficient young man, Brock Porter.
That no-hitter still intact. 4-0 St. Mary's as we get a look at the ground out to the right side from Eric Anton. Good contact.
Yep.
Porter's been sitting between 93, 96 most of the day. We're coming back right after this for the bottom of the 4th.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
The Central Division standings in the Catholic League look like this. St. Mary's 6-0. Brother Rice 5-3 in second place. De La Salle tied with 3 teams. 2-2. They swept UAD and they lost in a sweep to Rice. Catholic Central 2-2. Liggett 3-3. UAD 0-8. Looking for their first love. There's a great bunt by Ryan Mooney. It's going to trickle foul. Rozier will scoop it and wait for one of his Orchard Lake St. Mary's enemies.
With the exception of UAD, I would imagine that if you took any one of these CHSL teams and put them anywhere else, they'd be right in the hunt for the top spot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. St. Mary's 16-0, number 1 in the country according to Collegiate Baseball Newspaper. Of course, co-divisional, 625 students. Matt Petrie, the coach of the year last year after winning a state title, his 3rd since he's been there in his 12 years. Mike Ignashik, an 84 grad, played on that 84 runner-up team for St. Mary's back in the day. Swing and a miss, and Rozier's got a K, and that is his 5th of the ball game. So 4-0. This is still a game.
Oh yeah, one swing of the bat.
4-0 in the 4th, and this is a big inning for De La Salle to have back-to-back zeros put up after they gave up 2 runs in the first 2 frames. This is Jack Crichton, who's been productive today. What else is new? He's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
As a coach, you never feel safe with a 4-run lead because you know that it's only one swing of the bat that can tie up the game.
5-0 feels right.
Yep. Give me that 5th run. I feel a little more comfortable.
Number 5 awaits the pitch, and this has popped up to regular depth center field. And Anton has a beat on it, makes the catch. And so there's quickly 2 outs for Rhett Rozier and the Pilots. No time to let up. This is the number 2 hitter in the lineup.
Got in on him there. Got in on Jack's hands. He couldn't get out in front of it quick enough. Little jam sandwich, if you will.
Jam sandwich. That sounds good right now. So we're just asking about food concessions. I don't know, but they should have Polish, but no, they don't. All right, Pat the Stat says no go. All right, looks like Fish is running up to Jets. Okay, Blake Grimmer up. 4-0 St. Mary's. There's a line shot over the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Gabe Jones. So it's a base hit for Grimmer. And that's his 2nd of the game.
Grimmer wasn't too happy about that first called strike on him. So I'm sure he was going to jump on the first pitch or the next pitch that he saw that was in the strike zone for him.
Just very comfortable, isn't he? He's fit in so well. And versatile player playing first base. Can also play in the outfield.
And you watch the way these guys approach their hitting. They're like the confidence is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they look so comfortable in here. They just are so dialed in, and anything close, they're going to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, it's a confident group, and it's hard not to look up and down the lineup and not feel like somebody's got your back.
Yeah.
There's another pickoff attempt, and that was almost the 2nd pickoff. This is game 1, by the way. You're stuck with us for 2 games today. We're only midway through game 1, so just settle in. We got a lot of fun ahead for you. They're going to appeal. Are they going to appeal down to second? No, time is called. Matt Petrie wants to talk to the umpire, and what would this be about?
I'm going to guess that he's going to talk to him about a balk. Maybe the young man not coming to a set here. You know, you got to come to a set either below the chin and above the waist. And if you don't, that's exactly what Matt's asking him about.
Yeah, he's talking with the base umpire, Tom Burrell, about having that pause, right?
Yep.
Having the hands pause.
And that's one thing that a lot of young pitchers don't get taught. Let's see if we can take a look here. Yeah. So it looks like he's coming to a pause around the middle of his chest, and then he drops his hands a little bit lower on the waist and then makes his move over.
Is that legal?
No.
Okay.
Once you come to that set, you have to break to throw your pitch.
Okay.
You can't come to the set and then drop down and then throw over. Once you break, you got to deliver the ball home. You can't drop down and throw over to first.
Makes sense to me. There's a pitch that's off speed and it's swung on and missed. That's a nice pitch by Rhett Rozier. That's that knuckle curve, or knuckle changeup, rather. We'll see that a little bit later. This pitch is nice, and this is his number 2 pitch. That's an unhittable pitch.
That's a tough one.
I mean, how do you hit that pitch? It's a splitter change.
So the split comes out of the hand like a fastball, and then as it approaches the hitter, it'll lose some speed and drop down in the zone. There it is again.
Why not? The kid can throw both his off-speed pitches for strikes.
And back to Coach Petrie's complaint about the kid coming to the set.
Yeah.
As a base runner, it makes it very difficult when he comes to the set like that and then breaks and then throws over to first. Because when he comes to that set, as a base runner, you know that his next move has to either be over to you or to the plate.
Right. Makes sense.
Yep, and when he's breaking and then throwing over to first, that's why these guys are getting thrown out.
Grimmer on at first is running, swing and a miss, a strikeout for Rozier. It ends the 4th. It's a big one. Strands a runner. And the strikeout by Rozier is 6th of the game. Let's go to the 5th. From Dan Petrie Field, thanks for watching on The Prep.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player. And I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Core bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, took my advice, trying to figure out what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Core bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB Core bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB Core bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB Core bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. St. Mary's 43-1 last year, national champions, Division II champions. They've moved up to Division I this year. That's where De La Salle is as well. Adam Broski to lead things off for De La Salle. Brock Porter out for his 5th inning of work, and it has been a clean game for him outside a 1 hit by pitch. He has 10 strikeouts, no walks, and he has really been dominant today without giving up a hit again. He has 3 no-hitters on the year. 2 no-hitters on the year.
He's just locked in.
There's a line shot right center field, and that's down. And if you believe in jinxes, I'm sorry, I don't. So it's a base hit to right center field, and that's the game's first hit. And oh my goodness, Brock Porter's given up his second hit of the year in inning 21.
He's still working efficient. A kid like this not going to let that bother him. He just wants to get the win for the team.
And hey, how about a tip of the cap to the guy with a hit? And where'd my lineup go?
That's the catcher.
Adam Broski.
Yeah, the catcher. Yep.
That pitch is taken low, so Broski with a hit. He's a player. Told you, Division I prospect. Guy with some gap, power, some juice.
And as we mentioned, solid behind the plate.
Really solid. In fact, we had a scout, an unnamed professional scout, come over and ask us about him. I was like, well, sir, I don't know a whole lot, but I know he's good.
Something to take a look at here with Porter, not being used to this situation, throwing from the stretch.
That's right. That's right, a little uncomfortable. So he gives up a walk. So after a hit, gives up a walk. Matt Petrie's coming out to have a word with his stud right-hander, who certainly isn't coming unglued. He's given up one hit and one walk now. But De La Salle is in this game. It's a 4-0 game, and they have to feel good about the fact that it's just a 4-0 game. You talked about it. They wanted to shut the gates, and before the rails came off like they did against Rice, they've been able to right the ship a bit against this guy.
Yeah, well, take a look at the scoreboard. Last 2 innings, a couple goose eggs for St. Mary's. De La Salle gave up 2 in the first, 2 in the second. The last 2, you know, the pitcher got out of a bases-loaded jam. No runs scored. Then last inning, nothing across the plate for the Eaglets, and here come the Pilots with nobody out and 2 men on. And a solid ball player in Mitchell at the plate.
Yep, Amir Mitchell pops one up, and this one is going to get out of play. Heads up, the 40-ish scouts behind home plate are all not scared. None of them flinched. They've seen many a baseballs.
A young man from Orchard Lake will take that one home.
Hey, very good. I like that. Look at you, the learning. I love it. This is Amir Mitchell, and he pops one foul out of play. Amir Mitchell is quite a physical specimen, also speedy, and a guy that's still learning how to play the game consistently, but this is a kid with a pro body, very talented, just a junior, and he's committed to Charleston Southern. He's in a big spot here against Porter. Check swing, did he go? No call, he did not. 1-1 the count.
No, he did not go. They asked for help in the field. No, he didn't.
I apologize for calling that ahead of him.
Tom Burrell says no.
That's right. No free chili on this street. Amir Mitchell trying to do something. Strike 2 called. Fastball on the outside corner. And that strikeout number 11 for Porter, who bounces back with a big K and out number 1.
And I'm sure that
Christopher Pagano.
A lot of these scouts that are here want to see how he's going to perform under this situation. Brock not used to having multiple guys on base.
No, not at all. Swing and a miss. Tardy with a cheddar is Pagano.
Yeah. And so far, so good. Brock's responded well. Gave up that base on balls to the next hitter after the base hit and got the last guy out on strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. Scooped to second for 1. Relay to first is too tall. And coming in to score is Broski. De La Salle has scratched the surface here in the 5th. It's now 4-1 after Broski scores on the error from Oliver.
Now batting.
The replay here, just a ground ball. Excuse me, the error is on McKay. My bad. Sorry about that. Throwing error.
Yep.
So, a run scores. It's an unearned run. Fouled away. And De La Salle has cut it to a 3-run game. They've scratched out a run against Porter. And they've made him work a bit here and sweat a bit here in the 5th.
Yep. I am guessing that he's thrown the most pitches in this inning than he has in any other inning so far today.
Porter has thrown half 100 pitches today, 36 of them for strikes. And he has 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit by pitch.
And he got himself out of his inning there. Got himself out of a little bit of a jam.
Out on strikes, strikeout number 12. Porter bounces back, but De La Salle sticking around as we go to the bottom half of the 5th. From Dan Petrie Field in Orchard Lake, thanks for hanging out on a Thirsty Thursday.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all. And from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Rhett Rozier, the sophomore, two-sport athlete, has stood up. He gave up 2 in the first, 2 in the second. He gave up a home run, a 2-run shot, gave up a double, but he's bounced back. Let's take a look at the top 10 in the state of Michigan, according to Long Ball Live. St. Mary's followed by Liggett, Rice, Woodhaven, Howell, Dakota, Northville, New Boston, Huron, Trenton, and Detroit Country Day. That's our top 10. Metro Detroit. And that's where we're at with our top 10. We've got a national top 10 coming as well. And this is St. Mary's now, up just 3 runs. This is the closest game they've had all season to this point. And it's in the bottom of the 5th, and Ike Irish, the top hitter, is up. Pitch is taken low.
Let's see how they respond after giving up that run. Let's see if the Eaglets can put a couple on the board to get a few back here.
Rozier has thrown 54 pitches. Ike Irish, time is called and granted. Irish 0 for 2 today, very due. Righty against the lefty, ahead in the count, 2-0 is Irish, and he swings and drives one. Deep to left, way back and gone. Ike Irish with his 8th of the year, 5-1 St. Mary's on the Irish dong, and another
Oppo taco for the Eaglets. I'm wondering if these guys sat around the lunch table today and talked about opposite field base hits, home runs, extra base hits, or what. These guys are going Oppo all day.
It is just a clinic of going the opposite way. You're right. Dresselhaus is up. 5-1 St. Mary's. They matched the 1 run that De La Salle put up in the top of the inning and worked hard to get off Porter.
Yeah.
And then just with 1 swing, that's gone.
Yep. This young man, Rozier, on the mound, though, has kept his composure very well.
He's pitched great today. There's a ground ball right back. Rozier couldn't backhand it. Tough play here, and it hits off the bag. And Dresselhaus took a big turn and fell. And it stays put. No need to get silly. Up 4 here in the bottom half of the 5th with a run in.
Now batting number 3, Ryan McKay.
That'll be a base hit, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Sure. It'll be hit number 9 on the day for St. Mary's, who scored 5 runs in this game on 9 hits.
And if it wasn't for the actual second base, that ball gets into the outfield easily. So, yeah, that's a base hit for sure.
Yep.
Let's see if Petrie puts the runner in motion. Let's see if Dresselhaus gets going here.
Dresselhaus runs well, the center fielder and the commit to play in East Lansing. Jake Dresselhaus. 5'10", 180. Senior, edges off of first. Here's Ryan Minnie McKay, a left-handed hitter. And he pounds one deep, but in play and hit hard right at the right fielder. And that's caught for an out by Jingle, and that is allowed out, number one. Boy, I thought that one got a little bit further than it did, but a good swing by Minnie McKay.
Yeah, he pieced it up pretty good there.
Number 14.
Got out in front of it, throw the hands to the ball.
Oliver.
Good job to track it down there, too. As you already said, that swing off the bat, the right fielder has a little bit of challenge, too, sometimes, especially in that sun right now.
Yeah, and the backdrop this time of the year with the trees, no foliage going yet, it's tough.
Here's Jason Oliver, who looks at one low. Jolly 1 for 1 today with a run scored. He's been on base twice, the other time with a walk. 5-1 St. Mary's on top, bottom of the fifth. There goes the runner. It's a swing and a tapper foul. It was a good jump by Dresselhaus, but the breaking ball is fended off.
And just a small observation here. Ever since Petrie made that visit to the field umpire in regards to the young man coming to the set, I don't think that he's thrown over or paid much attention to the base runners as he did before. So
that's a good observation. Rozier looking for a double play ball. Fouled off here. Oliver runs well. Would be tough to do. They are in double play depth up the middle. With the shortstop, Amir Mitchell, and the second baseman, Gabe Jones. Jones will start game 2. And Jones and Rozier are their 1-2 combo, and they've been a fine combo this year. Both guys 2-1, and with ERAs right around 350.
Let's see if Dresselhaus makes a move here.
He does, and it's a line shot. Is it just foul? It is. Oh, that was a big cut from Jason Oliver, the Michigan commit. Almost snuck one down the line.
Yep. And with the runner in motion there, he's on third easily. And depending on how well the left fielder plays it, he may score.
Yep.
Let's see if he puts him in motion again here.
Infield stays in double play depth up the middle. Oliver, the wide stance. Pitch in the dirt, good stop by Broski. Not going anywhere is Dresselhaus. Parker Brustevich in the on-deck circle for St. Mary's. There's one out. 4-run St. Mary's lead. This is the closest game they've played, well, since Monday.
And this young man behind the plate for De La Salle has done a fantastic job of playing defensive baseball.
Yep. Strike 2 called. Ollie out on strikes. And Rozier with a K, the backwards variety.
Parker Brustevich.
So Rozier with a big K, second strikeout of the inning, 2 outs.
I think number 7 on the day for Rozier.
That's right. You got it.
Which against this lineup is very impressive.
Sure is. 7 strikeouts and maybe more importantly, just 1 walk. That had been something he had struggled with a bit coming in. Here's Parker Brustevich. A man on, 2 men out. St. Mary's with a run in here in the 5th. Throw back to first. And the dirty Dresselhaus uniform continues to get dirtied and tarred up. Mom's going to have fun with that one.
Yeah, nobody likes to go home with a clean uniform, do they?
No, no.
The only one that wants it is Mom.
There's a ground ball through the hole, base hit by Brustevich. Dresselhaus will take a hard turn and come back and settle. But that's hit number 10 on the day for St. Mary's. And the first of the day for the sophomore, Parker Brustevich, who will start game 2 on the mound for the Eaglets.
it looks like we got a pinch runner coming in here.
Brustevich, who is going to pitch, of course. They don't want him running if he doesn't have to, and this is Chubbs. Chubbs will come in. Jake Ruckhaber.
And I'm sure that Brustevich will come back into the lineup. This will just be a pinch run situation for him.
Yeah, courtesy runner.
Yeah, they'll probably keep Brustevich's bat in the lineup, I would guess.
I think so.
But this late in the game, you never know. They might not have to.
Ryan Mooney looking for an opportunity to drive in a run here and get it to where Coach just said, beyond that 4-run threshold.
Yeah.
Beyond that 4-run threshold, something St. Mary's has yet to do today. Oh, you can smell that pizza. We are getting near the end of this one. Drooling like the butcher's dog. That one's popped up, and this should be the third out of the inning. And calling everybody off and making the snatch.
After 5 innings of play, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 5.
So that ends the
Salle
inning.
1.
St. Mary's gets one back. We go to the top of the 6th. OLSM, the nation's best, up by 4. Sunshiny day, 55 degrees. Good day to be out watching baseball. The national leaders, St. Mary's, 16-0 now. Stoneman Douglas is second. Summerall, third. Barbie is fourth. And Rockwall Heath rounds out the top 5. The Long Ball Live National Top 10. Compliments of collegiate baseball newspaper. St. Mary's now 6 straight weeks since that poll has been out, has been number 1 in this poll.
Yep, and for the foreseeable future, if they continue to win, no reason to take them out of it.
No, sir. There's a pitch inside. Here's Brock Porter getting into the 6th inning. And so this is where, if you're Matt Petrie, you're looking at that pitch count, but you want him to finish it off. But he's been in a lot of positions this year, Jeff, where St. Mary's has mercy teams, and he's only gone 4, 5, 6 innings.
Well, he worked efficiently in the first part of this ball game, so that may help him out in the back end here.
Yep. This is the leadoff hitter, Caden Conoval. Caden Conoval, the first baseman and leadoff hitter. Swing.
And the third time through the lineup. Same results, though.
Strikeout number
now batting
12
number 24,
for Porter.
Rhett Rozier.
So we get another look at that. Strikeout number 13 for Brock. So that will bring up the number 2 hitter and the pitcher in game 1, Rhett Rozier. Strike called on the inside part of the plate. That was an off-speed pitch and well placed in the inside corner. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Scooped up by Irish, fires down to first, and strikeout number 14 of the day has just been recorded. That is a season high for Brock
number
Porter.
26, Andrew.
But like you said, when you only work 5 innings every outing, you don't have the opportunity to record this many strikeouts.
Yep.
So as long as this one stays close, he might come out for the 7th and add to that total.
I would think so.
He may add one more here. Who knows?
58 pitches now for Porter. Strike 2 called and a hot one on the outside corner. Backwards K. Strikeout 15 for Porter. 5-1 St. Mary's. We go to the home half of the 6th.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Alex Westfall is your executive producer. 5-1 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th. This is the leadoff man, Jack Crichton. Crichton, 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And St. Mary's here in the bottom of the 6th. Jeff looking to add on and get
what
beyond
a great
the 4
play
runs.
by Coach Petrie down there.
Oh, yeah? Can we get another look at that? Brandon, sorry to bother you. Swinging another grounder wide. How about that?
Great snag by Coach Petrie here.
Ooh, soft hands.
And the throw across the diamond here. There it is.
Yeah, a little throw. That last one, though, he wasn't as nimble on. I think that first one took a lot out of Peaches.
Yeah.
That first one took a lot out of him. Look at him. Had a sushi last night, a dragon roll. A little bit extra soy. How do you like sushi? Did you eat Did you have any rituals you would eat?
I'm a tempura roll guy myself.
Are you? You like a little fried?
Yeah.
I like that too. I'm down with that.
As far as a pre-game ritual, no, not really.
Nothing you would eat like every game?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's a line shot base hit. Another one for Crichton, his second of the game. And the Eaglets leader and senior third baseman with another rip.
15, Blake Grimmer.
Nice piece of hitting here by Jack.
Eric Backage is getting a nice package in Jack Crichton.
He sure is. Solid all-around baseball player, Jack Crichton.
A leadoff single. 11th hit of the day. There's an off-speed pitch taken by Grimmer. Blake Grimmer, the top run producer on this team with 23 runs driven in coming in. He's 2 for 3 today, looking for his first RBI on the evening. The 1-0 pitch from Rozier, who's been sneaky good in this game.
Yeah. Yep.
Giving up the 11 hits, Coach, but I mean, look, he spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. First 2 innings were a little rough sailing for the young man, but he reeled it in, put a couple shutout innings in after that, and gave up the solo home run last inning. And
that's been it. 3 earned runs.
Solid outing for this young man. I see bright future on the mound for him if he continues this.
Double for Grimmer, and that's a shot in the gap. That's another double, and that might drive in his first run of the day.
It will.
Crichton can run well. He's going to round third. He will score. Grimmer will cruise it a second with his second 2-bagger of the game, and the Eaglets have pushed their lead to 6-1. He just continues to rip any pitching he sees from any side.
Crichton was off at the crack of the bat, never stopped.
Number 30, Nolan Schubert.
And it looks like the ball was misplayed a little bit by the left fielder there, which I'm sure Jack took note of, and Coach Petrie kept wheeling him.
Third hit of the day for Grimmer, who's in line to be our G of the game. He already picked up that honor last week against Liggett. There's an off-speed pitch taken by Schubert. Schubert is homered today, his 6th of the year. It was a 2-run shot, and it got things going for St. Mary's in the first. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 here in the 5th, and in the 6th. Pitch in the dirt again. Broski with a super stop.
Yep. He's been a brick wall all day long.
Athletic catcher as well. A lot of catchers you think, squatty, 5'10", 210 pounds, a fire hydrant, but this guy's kind of long, lean, and athletic, a different kind of maybe a Joe Maurish type build.
Yeah, yep.
What's going on down here? These guys are excited about pizza. They can't stop talking about it. That's a high strike and a breaking ball. Let's see that one again.
Yeah, that looked a little up and out. I'm not so sure that Nolan likes that call.
Nolan with an opposite field home run in the first to start things. He has 2 hits on the day and 2 runs driven in. And he's got something to say about our G of the game. We want to thank Brian Metallic and the great folks at G-Brand USA, located in Sterling Heights. That pitch does get away, and Broski, we were bragging on him, lets Grimmer get down to third.
That's only his, that's his first misplayed ball in the dirt all day long. So
Irish.
For a high school kid, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's a little different too, right? When you're working in natural dirt and artificial, and you've dealt with that more than me, but as a catcher,
yeah,
it's sort of a different deal.
Totally. When you're on the natural surface, the bounces can go any possible way. When you're on the synthetic turf, it's pretty much flat and easy to predict which way it's going to bounce.
Yep. Ike Irish batting .525 coming in. Runners at the corners for St. Mary's. Trying to add another one on. They've got a run in here in the 6th.
I don't know that Schubert runs very well, but let's see if Coach puts him in motion here. A little hit and run.
Not there. The off-speed pitch is taken for a ball. Runners at the corners. Rhett Rozier trying to get through the 6th. Swinging a foul again. Oh, look at the hands. Is that the moose? That's a moose paw. That's a moose paw, and that's a nice catch. How about that? Can we see that again? John Musacchio, first-year coach. Nice hands. Both coaches showing off today.
Former player. I don't know if Moose played at all, but
yes,
we know
he did.
Petrie did.
He did. He played at Bradley. He was a Brave. And he did some good things there. He stayed in his home state. Throw back to first is...
So both coaches showing off their former talents.
Yeah. Did you take pride in your snagging a ball while you were coaching third?
Oh, of course.
Or did you run away from?
No.
I mean, is that kind of a coach thing you take pride in? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You gotta, you know, it's kind of like you gotta walk the talk when you tell your kids to stay in front of the ball. You don't want to be jumping out of the way.
But you were an outfielder. That was like kind of a little out of your comfort zone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to give it your best.
Sure. That's wide of the bag at first. This is Ike Irish. Senior catcher. This is a guy that throws down to second base at 90 miles an hour. and he's got the hottest bat on the hottest team in the land right now. He's a .525 hitter, 8 home runs. He had his 8th home run of the year, hit back in the 5th inning.
Auburn commit.
Yes, sir.
War Eagle.
Word. There's a pop-up. This should get out number 1 recorded, and it's Anton. They will hold the runner at third.
He drew the throw, though.
Yep. Good job to catch that throw by Conoval. And so there's a big one out, a shallow fly, and that's another great job by Broski.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, by Rozier to get a hitter like Irish.
Yep. He got himself out of that jam earlier in the game, bases loaded. In this lineup, there's no breaks. So it doesn't matter who's coming up, whether you're in the 3-4-5 slot, 7-8-9. For him to get out of that jam earlier in the game says a lot about his confidence on the mound.
It sure does. Here's Jake Dresselhaus. St. Mary's now with 12 hits in this game, and they've scored 6 runs. They've scored in every inning except the 3rd and the 4th. There's a shot down the line that's going to score a run. Dresselhaus with an RBI single. Into score comes Grimmer. And St. Mary's now leads it 7-1.
We got past that 4-run threshold.
Number 3, Ryan McKay.
Sinai single down that line. St. Mary's has had a few of those that just get past the third baseman. Clean hit, 13th of the game. Touchdown, Eaglets.
Yep, but like you said, 13 hits, but they've been spaced out. They have not had a big inning yet. Notice how I said yet.
Right. You're right.
This has the makings for it.
First and second time is called. It was granted by Minnie McKay. Ryan Minnie McKay.
Hit the ball hard his last time up.
This has been one of the most consistent hitters the last 2 years for Matt Petrie. Pitch on the outside corner. Ryan Minnie McKay rebuilding his body in the offseason, getting stronger, twitchier, and adding on. He came in batting .469.
It's impressive when you look at a high school lineup to see a lot of 300s in the batting average column.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this stat sheet, and I'm seeing 4s and 5s.
Yep. No, it's real. Two 2-0 the count. Rozier in jeopardy of walking the bases loaded with Oliver in the on-deck circle. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. St. Mary's by 6.
It looks like De La Salle's got a little action in the pen.
Line shot, right center field, base hit. This is going to drive in a run. Schubert, who runs home, scores. And it's 8-1 St. Mary's on the Minnie McKay bullet to right. And the 14th hit of the game for the Eaglets.
Looks like Moose might be headed out here and might be
Now
the end
batting,
of the day for Rozier.
Number 14, Jason Oliver.
Solid piece of hitting. Indeed, it will be the end of the line for the sophomore, but yeah, if you look at this number, maybe in a box score, it might not look as clean as it did to us, but
yeah,
you got to stand up for Rhett Rozier. He handled some of the heat.
Yes, he did.
But you get this lineup 4 bats and swings against you, they're going to take advantage at some point.
Yes, they are. Like I said, it's impressive when you see 300s up and down the stat sheet for high school hitters. This lineup sheet, I'm seeing 5s, 4s. You know, it's tough. But fantastic outing for this young man.
It is, and the Pilot faithful will stand up for him. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll tell you all about the new hurler for the Pilots right after this.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride.
The new pitcher for the Pilots is none other than Hunter Lilla. Hunter Lilla, the left-handed pitcher. This kid can hum it a bit, and they're excited about Hunter. He's got a fastball and mid-80s, and he can really get it up there, and he's a strikeout guy, and he's a left-hander, and against the St. Mary's left-handed late-in lineup, he's got some work to do, but he will face the righty Jason Oliver. But Lilla, a promising lefty out of the pen, and now he's in a spot where you don't want it to get beyond 7 runs of your De La Salle. And St. Mary's looks like they are going to go to their bench as well.
Yeah, a little chess match here. The old righty for lefty, lefty for righty.
Aiden Donovan has moved into the on-deck circle, and he will bat for Parker Brustevich, who will pitch again in Game 2. It'll be Brustevich, and he will be opposed by Jones.
Which makes sense. Brustevich get a chance to rest.
Yep.
You know, he didn't run when he got on base last time up. We thought maybe he'd keep the bat in the lineup, but give this young man Donovan a chance to hit here.
Yes, sir.
Aiden Donovan looking to crack the zeros in his average.
Hunter Lilla, a junior. 6'1", 180, lanky left-hander, but he can fire it a bit. We'll see how he does against Jason Oliver in a pressure situation, first and second. Ground ball, left side, base hit. Oliver's going to drive one in. Dresselhaus around third. He'll score easily. And sliding into third is McKay. It's 9-1 St. Mary's here in this 4-run 6th inning.
Oliver wasted no time there.
Now entering the game and batting for the Eaglets.
As a pitcher, you got to come in and throw strikes. Oliver probably knew it. Jumped on the first fastball he saw. Cashes a run. Add one more on the board.
Amir Mitchell was shaded heavily towards the second base bag on the shortstop side and really had no chance. So first pitch swinging, yeah, taking advantage, attacking. That was certainly part of the plan. So here is Aiden Donovan. He will be pinch hitting here for Parker Brustevich, who's been lifted. Pitches upstairs.
One out here. Runners at the corner. Let's see if, you know, left-handed pitcher, sometimes the runners tend to stay a little bit closer to home here for that reason right there.
Yeah. Lilla really does have his head coach's eye. He says he has electric stuff. So he's got a little swagger to him. And a power arm to go with that mid-80s fastball. Says he's a bit raw, though, and those are guys that you put in situations with base runners that, you know, if St. Mary's wanted to, it would be a spot where you might run.
Yep.
But up 8, maybe you don't. We'll see what Coach does here. Swing and a miss by Aiden Donovan, the sophomore.
Full count. Do you send him here?
He does not. It's a number to the right side. Handled by Gabe. Throws to first. Out recorded. RBI as McKay comes in. So it's an RBI ground out for Aiden Donovan. It's 10-1 St. Mary's as McKay crosses home plate.
Donovan got down that line pretty good. That was not, I don't want to say that wasn't an easy out, but he got down there pretty good, made it a close play.
Good athlete, runs well. We've seen him play basketball at the JV level. Good athlete. Here's Ryan Mooney, another good athlete. Time is called. Adam Broski wants to go out and have a word with his classmate.
He may have crossed him up on that last sequence of pitches, and sometimes that doesn't work out well.
Well, our crew food is sponsored by Chiquita Bananas. We've got one banana to divide amongst 10 of us. Who's hungry? Where's Pat the Stat? All right, good. Runner at second, pitch is low, blocked in front, Broski, and no advancement by Oliver.
He's been earning his keep back there today.
Mooney in an RBI opportunity here. St. Mary's has blown it open with 5 runs here in the 6th. They lead 10-1.
Runner going.
There goes the runner. The throw is into left field. Oliver's going to score. And St. Mary's now leads 11-1. And that's the ball game. That'll end the ball game. So a 6-run 6th inning takes this from a 5-1 game to a mercy.
Yep.
Game 1 is over. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and recap Game 1 right after this from Dan Petrie Field.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required. Arrive at the studio 10 to 15 minutes before class begins so we can check you in. Wear something you can move comfortably in. We suggest leggings or long pants and a workout top. You'll also need a pair of sticky socks to keep your feet from sliding during class. If you need sticky socks, you can pick some up at the studio. Before class, grab a ball, tube, and a light set of weights. Right from the start, you connect to the beat. Class begins with a warm-up, then your teacher will guide you through arm work using the light weights. After that, you'll make your way over to the bar, where you'll work your thighs, then your seat, and finally your abs. You'll finish your workout with a cool down to stretch your muscles. Something you'll hear often in class is a tuck. A tuck is a movement that involves contracting the abs while rotating your hips forward and up to elongate your spine. One of the biggest benefits of Pure Barre are the small, controlled movements in class. When you hear your teacher say pulse or down an inch, up an inch, that literally means just 1 inch, the size of a paperclip. This is important because with Pure Barre, the smaller the movement, the bigger the change in your muscles. Your first class will move quickly, and it will be challenging, but your teacher will be right there beside you and can help you modify the workout throughout the class. After 3 to 4 classes, you'll start to get comfortable with the flow. And after 8 to 10 classes, you can see results. Our teachers and our community will support you along the way. Pure Barre is about rising above who you were yesterday and building a stronger version of yourself today. Precise, strong, balanced, inspired. This is Pure Barre.
All right, welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. St. Mary's takes care of business. They beat De La Salle. It wasn't always easy. It was a 4-0 game up until the 5th when it was a 4-1 game. But this is how the scoring got done today. Take a look at some of the highlights here. This was a base hit to left, which would score a run. This was a base hit to right. Jeff, they were spraying it all over the field in many different ways. Small ball, long ball,
yep.
And they even found some gaps along the way.
Yes, they did. A lot of opposite field action for the left-handed lineup and St. Mary's lineup today, that's for sure.
St. Mary's would hit their 30th home run of the year by way of Ike Irish. They would hit their 31st as well. with Schubert. There's a run-scoring single. Crichton in to score. And this was the Dresselhaus single to left. The error in part of that 6-run sixth inning that made this an 11-1 game. That was the final straw, and St. Mary's wins it 11-1 in Game 1. Jeff, your thoughts on this first matchup of 2 today?
Solid for De La Salle. I mean, I know the scoreboard doesn't reflect it, but that's something to build on against this team. They put Brock Porter in probably a situation he hasn't been in this year, maybe one other time. But they put the bat on the ball a few times, and the sophomore pitcher did a nice job, up until late in the game. And like you said earlier, when you get 4 looks at the same guy, no matter what's going on, the good hitters will catch up to you.
The good hitters for St. Mary's today were Blake Grimmer, 3 for 4 on the day with an RBI. Multiple hits, 2 apiece for Crichton, Schubert, Dresselhaus, McKay, and Oliver. And 2 RBIs for Schubert. He was the only multi-RBI guy. 2 home runs. Irish hit his 8th. Schubert hit his 6th. Grimmer with a double. He had 2. Schubert with a double. But it was Brock Porter's show, per usual. Not a no-no today, but 15 strikeouts, a season high against just 1 walk. He gave up 1 run on 1 hit to double his season total now to 2 runs on 2 hits on the year. He goes to 3-0, 6 innings pitched. What an outing for Brock.
Yep, solid and efficient. I think he was probably under 60 in his pitch count, I believe.
Yeah, his final pitch count was 59.
There you go.
And St. Mary's with a mercy in the final inning. Rozier's line looks like this. He went 5 1/3, gave up 14 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned, struck out 7, walked 2. De La Salle falls now to 6-3. St. Mary's improves to 17-0, and they've won 39 straight games dating back to last year. We'll come back with Game 2 and a preview of it in about 10 minutes here on The Prep. Thanks so much for watching. You can stay on this same link for Game 2. Stick around. Thanks for watching. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. We are The Prep. Welcome to Dan Petrie Field for Game 2 of St. Mary's and De La Salle. And right away, we start off with a hit by pitch. This is Parker Brustevich on the hill for St. Mary's, who won Game 1
number 24,
by a score of 11-1. This is Hayden Boudreau, the catcher, who leads off and gets hit by a pitch. And so now this will be Rhett Rozier, who pitched last game. He's the first baseman today in Game 2. And he fouls one out of play. Rozier has had a slow start offensively, but this is a bat that they really like a lot, Jeff, and we've seen him on the mound, and we know his athleticism. I mean, this is a guy that will produce and has produced for them last year as a freshman.
Well, aside from seeing a guy like Brock Porter, if this kid's anything offensively like he was on the mound, should be a pretty decent ball player.
He should, for sure.
Now batting,
skies to center
Andrew Jingle
for out number 1. It's Jack Crichton who is in center field. This is Parker Brustevich, right-handed pitcher, a sophomore, 11 innings pitched, 3-0 on the year. He's looking for his 4th win already. And he will face Andrew Jingle here. It's a fastball that can get to the mid-80s, and he's got that 12-6 curveball that Matt and Dan Petrie like quite a bit, and he also offers a changeup. Man on, man out, and this is the left-handed hitting Andrew Jingle, the right fielder. Swing and a miss, down on strikes. Parker Brustevich, who's been very effective as a top-line starter for St. Mary's.
Center fielder, number 9.
And he continues here. He looks very comfortable, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he, like you mentioned in the first game, only freshman to be on the roster for the team last year. And we're seeing now why he's on the roster again this year and seeing a lot of innings on the mound.
Eric Anton drives one to the gap in left center. Ryan Mooney tracks it down, and that ends the inning. So, at the end of a half inning of play, 1-2-3, go the Pilots. This is Gabe Jones, the right-handed pitcher for Warren De La Salle, a junior, another junior, a very underclassman-laden Pilot club. A lot of juniors. 16 innings pitched. He's been their most effective starter at times. Ian Rozier, he's 2-1 with 25 Ks on the year, a sub-4 ERA, a fastball that can touch 90. And he'll sit right around 84 to 87. So he's also got a curve and a change to go with it. So we'll see what Gabe Jones has to offer here against the St. Mary's lineup that came on late last game and put up 6 runs.
And a different battery behind the plate. We got Eric
Leading
Anton.
off bottom of the first inning for the Eaglets.
Hayden Bordeaux is the new catcher for the Pilots
Jack
this game.
Crichton.
Yes, he is.
We'll see what these two can come up with.
St. Mary's will come back with the same lineup as last game.
I think the only change we got's in the 9-hole.
Mooney,
I believe that
is playing defensively, and Aiden Donovan is playing offensively.
Yep.
You're right about that. Thank you. And on the mound, Gabe Jones. This is Jack Crichton, who had a fine game in game 1. Had an RBI, had a couple of hits, and doing what Jack Crichton has been doing consistently throughout his career here. Foul tipped into the glove. Gabe Jones, you see the giddy up on that fastball.
Yeah. Lanky right-hander brings it pretty good.
Crichton, Grimmer, Schubert, Irish, Dresselhaus. Followed by McKay, Oliver, Brustevich. And that's Mooney, who will be platooning with Donovan, who will be hitting, as Jeff mentioned. Here's the pitch. That's low, and on with the leadoff walk is Jack Crichton, here to start things for St. Mary's in the first.
Nice leadoff walk there by Jack.
Number 13.
Always a good feeling as a coach when your leadoff guy gets on, because you know you got speed on the bases. And as I mentioned earlier about the, you got a left-handed hitter coming up. They're playing double play depth, which opens that right side gap up for the hitter. And Grimer, no stranger to pulling the ball, although he did go opposite.
Grounds it here to first. Stopped by the first baseman, touches the bag, only play. That's Rhett Rozier, the first baseman. And Crichton advances down to second.
Number 30.
And with a man on and a man out, that'll bring up the guy who homered in game 1 in the first inning to give St. Mary's a 2-0 lead. Nolan Schubert.
Looks like Rozier just kind of threw the kitchen sink at that when he was limping a little. I'm guessing he took that one off the shin.
The old Shinski. It's nowhere to take a ball.
No.
There's a shot foul, and two-step Teddy tried to snatch it with that right hand, and he got nothing but a hangnail.
He got eaten up a little bit.
He did. And that's a guy with some really good hands, a former catcher at St. Mary's.
Right.
Two-step Teddy Piccarelli. And he's really well-liked by these kids. Runner on at second, no score. Bottom of the first, rather. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes is Schubert. So a big strikeout for Gabe. And there's 2 outs here in the first.
Now batting catcher.
Always good to
18,
see. Even though
Irish.
Schubert struck out there, he let Irish know what to look for. It's always healthy for your lineup when your hitters talk to each other about, what pitches are coming, what he's throwing.
What's an example of what he may have said there?
My guess is he probably told him what he saw.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball's flat or the curveball's got movement. Just little things like that can help the guy coming behind you, especially being a left, from one lefty to the next lefty.
Right.
It's a little different when it's going lefty to righty because the balls will come in, they'll go out.
Sure.
And work different parts of the plate. But when it's the same side of the plate, you can definitely.
Line shot left field, base hit. That's down, and that's going to score. Jack Crichton, who runs well from second, and it's 1-0 St. Mary's here in the first.
Yep, great piece of hitting by Irish there. Looked like an off-speed pitch. He stayed back. Yeah, just through the hands, through the barrel at the baseball.
The other way.
Now
Team continues.
Number 4,
so,
Jake Dresselhaus.
Irish, who had the solo shot home run in game 1, gets another RBI here. And he continues to stay hot. He now has 23 RBIs on the season. So here comes Jake Dresselhaus with 2 outs and a run in and a man on first. And that one is skied to right, and that's going to twist foul and get wide of the line. Fair weather today. We feel grateful. It's mid-50s. It's kind of sad. It's almost May, and we feel thankful to be in the mid-50s and sunshine, but that's where we're at in Michigan.
Especially over here off the lake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The flags are a bit limp right now. There's not a ton of wind to whip in right now. But
which is good.
Which is good, and it's rare.
Yeah.
So let's keep it right here. Can we keep it just like this? Jake Dresselhaus, who in Game 1 was a part of a 2-hit attack along with an RBI. 6 Eaglets had multi-hit Game 1. There's a Tapper foul.
But we mentioned, though, spread out pretty evenly. You know, until the last inning there, the hits were spread out. You know, a couple here, a couple there. They did not have a one blowout inning until that last bottom of the 6th there in that first game.
It was a 5-1 game heading to the bottom of the 6th. St. Mary's blew it open with 6 in that 6th. Throw back to first. Game 1 saw De La Salle pick St. Mary's off of first and nearly pick them off 2 other times. It also saw Matt Petrie, the coach for St. Mary's in his 12th year, come out and have a word with the base umpire, Tom Burrell, who's now behind home plate, about a potential balk.
And I feel like from that point on, things changed a little.
Fly ball, deep right center field, and that is up against the wall. And that's going to score another run. Dresselhaus is on his way to third. In to score comes Chubbs Ruckhaber, and St. Mary's has taken a 2-0 lead. On the triple from Jake Dresselhaus.
I think they were playing him to pull there.
And why would you play this team to pull?
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, I think the lunch table talk was let's try and go Oppo today. And they have been. I don't know. I'm sure we can't get stats on it, but a lot of those hits in the first game were probably opposite field hits.
Oh, we can get stats. When Pat's here, stats are certainly obtainable. We'll try to get him on the crack research staff. Nick Lundberg, also a big part of that staff. We appreciate his help. One of our interns who writes for the Prep.
They all do a nice job.
They do.
Yourself included.
Well, thank you very much. Gabe Periano is another guy that is part of our research staff that we appreciate his hard work. There's a walk to Minnie McKay. And so now we've got runners at the corners, 2 men out, and 2 runs in. And that'll bring up
now
Jason Oliver.
Number 14, Jason Oliver.
Oliver was 2 for 3 in Game 1 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. He was on base 3 times in the 11-1 St. Mary's win that pushed him to 17-0.
McKay runs decent. Let's see if Coach Petrie gets him in motion right out of the chute here.
Yeah, good time to run him potentially. There's a shot hit hard to center, but right at Anton, the center fielder. But St. Mary's gets a couple of runs
St. Mary's 2.
in the bottom of the
Warren
first.
De La Salle 0.
They strand a runner, but the Dresselhaus 3-bagger gives St. Mary's a 2-run advantage.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field, 2-0 St. Mary's. This is Adam Broski, the leadoff man here in the second for the Pilots. Chad Bush and Jeff Willis with you on Long Ball Live, Game 2. Swing and a miss.
Brushevitz fell behind there, comes back with a nice fastball. Elevate the eyes a little bit.
Strike thrower. Brustevich really around the plate quite a bit. The Division I prospect himself on a team that's loaded with Division I commits, 15 of them. Line shot foul down the left field line, but all over that pitch was Adam Broski.
The catcher from last game.
Yep, they're going to give him a break and DH him here, Willie.
Well deserved.
I think so. Line shot, left field, base hit. You rest those legs, and Broski's going to come up with something nice. He's got the Pilots' first hit of the day, and there's a man on with nobody out.
Mitchell.
Mitchell had a couple nice hacks in the last game. See what he can do against Brushevitz here.
Sharp slider over for a strike for the sophomore Parker Brustevich. Lean, athletic frame, room to build and grow. Runner on first. This one's popped up, foul down the first base line near the fence, and the chase in the Bermuda Triangle is unsuccessful.
Solid effort by all three boys there.
They got Dresselhaus in right field. You'll recall last year he was the primary center fielder. I believe started every game in center field. They've got Crichton working in center field this year.
Well, with the addition of Grimer, add another solid athlete to this lineup, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, a lot of versatile pieces, you're right. Afford you to put Crichton in center.
Yep.
Strike two called. Out for excessive window shopping is Mr. Mitchell.
Now batting third baseman number 27, Christopher Pagano.
Nice looking pitch from Brustevich with back-to-back strikeouts here.
Yep. Caught him looking.
So here comes Pagano, Christopher Pagano. The number 8 hitter in the lineup for first-year bench boss John Musacchio. Had a nice talk with him yesterday. Nice guy to talk with and get to know, and he's excited to be in the Catholic League and very familiar with the traditions being at Oakland University and learning.
Yeah, and being the head coach at Oakland University, he's probably no stranger to the leagues around the Metro Detroit area for recruiting purposes.
That's what he said. He said these are guys that I always tried to recruit, guys I always wanted in the Catholic League, and now I'm coaching in this league, and he's always had high admiration. He himself played for St. Joseph's in Westchester, Illinois. That's where he prepped.
No stranger to the game.
He was the head coach at St. Joe's in Westchester, Illinois. That was his high school coaching experience. Strike 3 or 2.
Now batting the second baseman.
Out on strikes.
Number 2, Joseph Biernet.
Is Pagano, and here comes number 2. This is Joseph Biernet. Swing at the cheddar, and he flung right through it.
Looked a little tardy there.
Biernet is a senior. Fell out of play. Brustevich on the season. He's making his 5th appearance. That's tied for the team lead, by the way, with Kieran Cowie and Brandon Skorupski. And his 3rd start, he is 3-0. And he has just given up 3 hits and 2 runs, and he's just gotten out of another with a K. How about it?
Collected another strikeout to finish the inning there.
We go to the home half of the second, 2-0 Eaglets.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
2SB, located in Farmington Hills, Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Waterford. Go find them. You can find them everywhere. Get the kind of training St. Mary's baseball team got in the offseason from 2SP. Joe Neal's leading them over there. 10% off when you mention the prep. Find them on the gram, 2SP Sports. Welcome back to Dan Petrie Field. My name is Chad Bush. We are the prep. His name is Jeff Willis on color commentary. Glad that everybody's tuned in here for Game 2 between number 1 nationally ranked St. Mary's and Warren de La Salle. League rivals in the Central Division. These two teams, of course, have gone at it over the years in many a sports, and this is where de La Salle, a proud program. They have 4 state titles. In a bit of a rebuilding process under a first-year head coach. Strike called, some cheddar on the inside lower quadrant.
Most recently rivaled in basketball.
Yes.
Quite a nail-biter. I believe it was in the quarterfinals this past year.
They did. They battled in hockey as well.
Yep.
And St. Mary's got the best of them. There's a shot softly off the glove of Gabe, and that's going to be an infield single. It trickled softly. It was hit hard by Brustevich, and he helps his cause with a leadoff single here in the home half of the second.
Right. We got a runner coming in here.
Anthony Kiafoulis, a primary pitcher who's committed to Penn, will come into pinch run for the pitcher, Parker. This is Aiden Donovan. Aiden Donovan, who you'll see on the mound, you'll see him at the plate too. And he's there now, and he looks at a strike from Gabe.
Came in to pinch hit in the last inning of the last game. Kind of get himself loosened up a little bit. Let's see if he can advance the runner here somehow.
Yep. 6'3", 190, Gabe Jones. That one is hit to center, and it gets over the head, misplayed. And over the head of the center fielder, Anton. And this is going to be, I believe, an error.
I would have to think so.
The Sun playing all kinds of havoc on a very good outfielder, Eric Anton, just lost it. We've all been there. Eric Anton, the center fielder, and the fine one.
You got to love the hustle by Aiden Donovan, thinking too right out of the box.
That's right. A lot of guys would have loafed it and said, oh, it's just fly out to center. He was booking out of the box. So here's Crichton in an RBI opportunity. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the second. 2-0 St. Mary's. St. Mary's will play again on Saturday against Detroit Catholic Central. We will not have that, but our friends at Detroit Catholic Central, the sports media program, will carry that game. We encourage you to watch their broadcast. They will cover the Eaglets and the Shamrocks. There's a ground ball sharply to third off the glove of the third baseman. They're coming home, and Aiden Donovan is out at home. No, that's Anthony Kiafoulis who's out at home. So Kiafoulis slid, and that'll get you nervous when your pitcher's sliding into home plate like that.
Number 13.
And let's get another look at that one.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a base running mishap here. Anytime a ball's hit down to the third base line and you're on third base, you got to be staying put, young man.
Yep. Good job of blocking the plate by Hayden Bourdreau, the catcher who's come in game 2.
And a heads-up play by Pagano to stick with it and realize that the runner was advancing.
Big time. And he stuck with it, you're right. Despite it not being coming down clean, he was able to heave it home accurately. That's a tough throw, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But Jones is not out of this thing yet. He's got a runner at third, and there's just one out. He's got a runner at first, too. There he goes. The throw through, and he is out at second base. Look at that cannon coming by way of the right arm of Boudreau. I don't think anybody saw that thing coming.
No, and that's not something you're going to see very often. Jack Crichton getting caught stealing.
So Crichton is out. It's his second time today he's been caught on the base paths. And, I mean, this throw is a bullet and a good tag as well by number 2, Joseph Bierat. Swing and a miss. This is Blake Grimmer.
Come on, 3, stay short, drive it.
Grimmer had 2 doubles in game 1. And he lines one to center, base hit. Grimmer picks up another RBI. Aiden Donovan into score, and it's 3-0 St. Mary's here in the second.
Another solid at-bat there.
Now batting number 30, Nolan Schubert.
Stays right on it and drives it right back up the box. Could have been a lot worse for De La Salle if it wasn't for that heads-up play by the third baseman, Pagano.
That was a big second out, and that's a big 2-out RBI for Grimmer. That's an off-speed pitch over for a strike, and a nice-looking off-speed pitch from the 6'3" righty, Gabe Jones, a great competitor. And this is a guy that John Musacchio really likes. Time is called and granted late by Schubert.
Eaglets had runners on second and third with nobody down with the top of the lineup. And De La Salle's found their way with just one run across.
Another base hit for St. Mary's, and it comes by way of, yeah, you guessed it, an oppo. An opposite field base hit for St. Mary's. And another one for Mr. Schubert, who's really seeing the baseball well right now.
Yes, he is.
In the last 2-3 weeks, he's been on a tear. And he continues it here. So St. Mary's with some 2-out magic. They get the Grimmer base hit, and Schubert moves the line along to the top hitter in the lineup, and Ike Irish. Homered in game 1. And the Auburn commit really starting to rise up the draft charts. You got a left-handed hitting catcher who hits for power, hits for average.
Very athletic.
Has the fastest throw to second base in the country. They call that pop.
Yep. Solid pop time. I'm guessing under 2.
It is. And 92 miles an hour, I believe. That is upstairs.
So that pitch right there that he just threw, that's the one that Irish last time. He just put the, threw the hands to the ball and put the barrel out, and a solid base hit to the opposite field. Tough out here.
Yep. In the dirt. Irish's father, Jeff, was drafted into Major League Baseball. Top 10 rounds. He was a senior at Milford High School. His son is primed to peek into that baseball draft perhaps this year. Really starting to move up and catch notice. Catcher, third base, 2 positions. Hard to find.
Yeah.
let alone a guy that can hit in those positions. The full count, 2-out pitch. There goes the runner, swing and a foul. No, it's not. It's off the glove, no foul, and it's a strikeout. So a strikeout for Jones that ends the second inning. St. Mary's gets a run on the 2-out RBI single from Grimmer. 3-0 St. Mary's. We go to the top of the third.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player, and I just got out of high school, so I was using BB bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, like, took my advice, trying to figure out like what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's like really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
Blue Lion Fitness, located in Ann Arbor. 401 South Maple. Go find them. These are some of the best trainers you'll find.
Top of the third inning for the Pilots.
Especially in basketball. This was a team of trainers that specialize in basketball, lacrosse, all kinds of training. And Dan Roth and the fine folks at Blue Lion Fitness will get you right. Go see them. 401 Maple in AA. So,
old A squared.
Yeah, this is Parker Brustevich trying to keep the Pilots down, and he gets the leadoff man here to ground out. So out is that Oscar Thompson? Yes, it is.
Now batting number 1, Hayden.
So the number 9 hitter Thompson is out. That'll go to the top of the lineup now, and here comes Hayden Boudreau, the catcher, who had that nice caught stealing.
Yep. De La Salle got themselves out of a jam that last inning.
Yeah, and how about having 2 catchers?
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 catchers that can handle themselves, catch and throw a little bit, stop the ball. That's something.
This one more of the typical catcher type.
Yep.
As you were mentioning earlier.
Yep, there's a number off the end of the bat. Oliver's going to wait for a few hops and fire it wide. And this is a guy that gets down the line well, and we'll see how they score that. But for now, it looks like the 1-out runner is on for De La Salle here in the top of the third.
Rozier.
And you know he gets down the line well when coach leaves him out there to run for himself.
Yeah.
This is usually a situation where if you got some wheels on the bench, you tell your catcher have a seat, you work hard enough during the game. Let's get somebody out there to run for you.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think Moose is telling this young man here?
I think he's telling him to make sure that you advance the runner. I think he needs to advance the runner somehow. Maybe take a pitch. I think Brustevich is a strike thrower, but Rozier, a guy, if you can, it's hard to take a pitch in this 3-2 baseball, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And he's not taking here,
no.
And he rifles a high fastball out of play. And a young fan from Kego Harbor will take that one home.
Nice area.
It is a nice area. Pat the Stat resides on that side of town. When's Pat having a postgame party? We got to have a Pat postgame party on the lake. When's
that would be nice. Well, we got to give it a few more weeks here and let this weather cooperate.
Yeah, we got to thaw that thing out before we can get on the pontoon.
Well, he swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, and all of a sudden finds himself in a hitter's count.
4 strikeouts for Parker Brustevich.
He just called a balk. Can we get a look at that? I want to see what's going on here. Did he come to set and separate?
Yeah, it was St. Mary's that was complaining about potential balk with De La Salle's pitcher Rhett Rozier in game 1, but Brustevich is going to get busted here for a balk. Let's take a look.
Let's see what he did here.
Looks like we got some greasy fingers over there.
Not too much pizza.
One too many for Cardenas.
I don't.
What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't like it. Strike 3 call. The baseball gods even it out here.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you an explanation after.
Number 26, Andrew Jingle.
I think the home plate umpire called that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Rozier's out on strikes, and here comes Jingle. And he fouls one back. Brustevich has given up just 1 hit. In fact, his numbers on the year, very impressive. He's given up just 4 hits on the year and another strikeout.
Okay.
So, Brustevich gets his 6th K through 3 innings. And the Eaglets take a 3-0 lead to their half of the third.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
There you see the impact players for St. Mary's. McKay, 469 coming into competition today. Irish, the Auburn commit, collected his 8th home run last game. Crichton doing great things also in this contest. Couple of RBIs, 3 hits. Blake Grimmer already pounded out 2 hits in this game and 3 last game. 521 average coming in and 5 home runs. He had 2 doubles in game 1. Right now, we're at the bottom of the third. St. Mary's is up 3-0.
Grimmer's average just continues to climb.
There's a sharp grounder, and that is a home hop base hit. That is a good old single, and that's called living right. That's a living right single.
Well, we talked last game about that natural surface. There's a perfect example.
Nothing.
If you're on synthetic turf here, that's what they call a candy hop.
That's right. That is correct, sir. But it looks like a line drive in the scorebook.
Yes, sir.
And in the box score tomorrow. And that, my friends, is deep to right, way back, and that is gone. Ryan Minnie McKay with his first of the year, a 2-run shot. And it puts St. Mary's up 5-0 here in the third. Oh, you knew it was coming. Just a matter of time before the rebuilt Minnie McKay was able to lift one out of here this year. And the St. Mary's home run theme continues.
Yep, this one went to the pole side, though. Man, did he barrel that up.
Got out of here quick.
Yes, it
did. Number 14, Jason Oliver.
So, for St. Mary's now, they have hit 32 home runs on the season.
Is that number 3 on the day today?
That is. Oh! Ow! Oliver gets hit on the hand and will sprint down to first.
He's going to give it a hard 90.
Yeah. And Theo Piccarelli's going to give a hard look at that hand.
Yeah.
And make sure everything's all right.
That's your everyday shortstop, and he. I know he sprinted down there, but he's grimacing with some pain there.
Yep. There's concern for sure. And
get him on the elbow?
I think it did. We see that again. That was a good look. Thank you. I was just looking down. Oliver shaking it off.
Oh, yeah.
Forearm, hand, wrist.
That's the throwing arm, too.
Elbow.
Yeah, if it's on the glove side, that's one thing, but that's on your throwing arm. Ouch.
Yeah. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. That's a leadoff man on. Well, leadoff man on. Another man on, rather, with nobody out. Nobody out yet in this inning. Parker Brustevich hitting for himself.
Let's see if he can help himself out again.
Base hit his last time up, came in hitting .316. Aiden Donovan in the on-deck circle. Already 8 hits for St. Mary's through 2 full innings and with nobody out in the third. 3 extra base hits, a double, triple, and a home run already. The team is hit for the cycle.
Yep, how about that? That might be a little Pat the stat info that we can get. Do we got an eaglet that's hit for the cycle this year or maybe last year? Or?
That's a good question. We're going to tap. That's one for Pat, but I think we go a little deeper with that, maybe into the Robin Goddard. So I think Pat and Robin can have a mid-Michigan powwow.
There we go.
The Pixie to figure the facts out on that one. Vincent Cowdery will pinch run for Parker Brustevich, who finishes his conversation with the first baseman, Rhett Rozier, a guy he knows very well.
Good at bat there by Parker.
Yeah. Here's Aiden Donovan. A two-way guy, pitches, squares to bunt. It's a breaking ball that's bunted. They'll go to third. It's a fine play by Gabe Jones. He gets the lead runner, Jason Oliver, at third. That's a heady play by this Gabe Jones.
Yep, that's the old PFP coming into play here.
Jack Crichton.
Pitcher fielding the position.
Jones fields it well as an infielder, played second base in the first game, and he'll also play the left side of the infield.
He fielded that one very well.
Uh-huh. Pitches on the inside corner. That's an off-speed pitch from
Crichton
Gabe
did
Jones.
not like that one.
No, he didn't. There's some activity starting in the De La Salle bullpen. There's a fine stop. Again by the catcher Boudreau. The activity involves James Milkey, a senior. Crichton walked and scored a run. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Third strikeout for Jones in this game. There's 2 outs, still 2 men on and 2 men in. And here comes Blake Rimmer.
Swinging a hot bat today. Let's see if he can cash this runner in scoring position to up that lead to 6 runs.
What a day it's been for Schubert. 1 for 2 in this game. And last game, he was 2 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. So 3 hits on the day, and We're not even through 3 full innings.
No.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Grimmer. So Grimmer out on strikes.
Yeah.
Bounce back by Gabe.
Yeah, finishes the inning with 2 strikeouts against 2 very good hitters.
Giddy up, Gabe. We go to the 4th. 5-0 Eaglets.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Anton, Broski, and Mitchell for the Pilots here in the top of the 4th. 5-0 St. Mary's. The Eaglets won 11-1 in Game 1. And they're trying to get a sweep here and get to 8-0 in the Catholic League. There's a fine swing there, and it's a one-hopper to McKay. Throw to first, and that's Schubert at first base. And that's an out. That's an unfamiliar sight for him.
That's a luxury that Matt Petrie has with this ball club. Lots of versatile ball players here. And Broski coming up in the DH slot. I believe he had a hit his last time up. See what he can do here to get the Pilot offense going.
Yeah, the lone hit and the lone run by Mr. Broski. I'm sorry, not the lone run, the lone hit. He had the lone hit and lone run in Game 1.
Yeah.
In this ball game, he has been the DH. Got him on strikes here. Stevich on his 36th pitch gets his 7th strikeout of the day.
Now batting number 7, Amir Mitchell.
Here comes Mitchell.
Bershevitz having a nice outing so far, keeping the pitch count down and the strikeouts up.
27 of his 39 pitches have been for strikes. That one perhaps could have been called either way.
A nice looking curveball he started him off with there. Kind of froze Mitchell in the box.
This day started with about 40 scouts to see Brock Porter pitch Game 1 for St. Mary's. They didn't leave disappointed.
No, they did not. And I got a funny feeling as the year goes on, the crowds will increase.
Now batting number 27.
It's a good year to be a high school pitcher and to be one as highly touted as Brock Porter. There's been a plethora of collegiate baseball pitchers that have gone down with injuries. They've been projected in the top 150. Mr. Rocker of Vanderbilt, one of those guys, hasn't even pitched this year.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what ended up. He got drafted, and I don't know if he signed.
He did not.
I don't know what's going on with Kumar there.
Yeah, Kumar Rocker has yet to pitch anywhere this spring, and nor has Wisenhunt out of East Carolina, who's serving a year-long suspension due to a performance-enhancing drug. He was expected to be a first-round guy. Gonzaga's right-hander, Gabe Hughes. There's a ground ball to third. Grimmer throws to first, and an athletic play by the 6'4 Schubert to help his roommate out.
And that's a fantastic play there by Schubert.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Nolan Schubert to lead things off. Back out is Gabe Jones. And he ran into a little bit of trouble last inning. St. Mary's has scored in every inning. And they'll look to repeat that here in the fourth with the heart of their lineup, 3, 4, and 5 due up.
Jones got himself out of a little bit of a jam last inning. Finished it with back-to-back strikeouts against 2 very good hitters.
Yeah. The injuries have not evaded the high school prep pitchers. Dylan Lesko, who is the highest-rated prep pitcher in America, who won the Gatorade National Player of the Year last year. Of course, Brock won it for the state of Michigan. Lesko's injured.
I had a chance to watch that young man throw a couple times back.
Did you?
Yeah. 11 and 12 years old, and he single-handedly would just dominate.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was that good.
Well, he's got a sore arm, and he hasn't pitched since early April. And so the top prep arm is injured, and who knows what happens to him. He, by the way, pitches for Buford, who is ranked 4th in the country.
And I noticed they're not even in the top 10 now.
They've fallen out of some polls. We do have them at 4, collegiate baseball, but you're right. They've dropped out of some, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Dylan Lesko is no longer in the lineup.
Yep.
And then the other prep pitcher that's been talked about in the first round, along with Lesko, along with Brock Porter, is Noah Schultz, the kid out of Oswego, Illinois. And he has been relegated to 2 innings this year. He's had mono. He's had trouble. Cole Phillips out of Texas had Tommy John. He was out earlier this month. So all these guys, things are really lining up for Brock Porter to move on up in the draft.
Stay healthy, young man.
Yeah, that's it. It's I mean, all these injuries, and there's all kinds of theories of injuries, but it happens. But you get a look at
Moose going through his lineup card, trying to figure out who might go where.
Yeah. Schubert, the batter, and he drives one deep to left. Did he do it again? Yes, he did. His 2nd of the day and his 7th of the year. And Nolan Schubert goes
Oppo Taco, baby. I told you these two were going to be ping-ponging back and forth trying to get that home run lead.
5th hit of the day, 2nd home run, and Nolan Schubert's hotter than a firecracker on 4th of July.
As I used to say to some young kids, don't put that bat in the bat rack. It may catch on fire. Speaking of Dylan Lesko, when I was coaching a youth baseball team, can you imagine facing a team with Dylan Lesko, and Drew Jones. Andrew Jones's boy from the
Wow.
Atlanta. He's a top 10 prospect in the draft this year.
Is that right?
That is right.
Okay.
And he can move and hit just like his dad.
High school? Is he a prep guy or is
Yeah,
he in college?
he's a senior right now. He's a Vandy commit along with
Now
Lesko.
batting number 4, Jake Dresselhaus.
And it's a year where pitching's at a premium. The draft is heavy in bats and light in pitching.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is the year. If things didn't ever line up well for Brock Porter, I mean, this is it. He's having a great year, but there's a lot more to think about. I know Matt Petrie in St. Mary's, and you as a former head coach at St. Mary's, you're not thinking of all those things, right? They're fun to think about, but you really have to kind of let those things go by the wayside.
Yeah, you got to put them on the back burner and just focus your task at hand. Stay healthy, help your team win, and the rest will take care of itself.
This one is lifted foul, and a young fan from Roseville will take that home.
That's a nice area.
It is. It is. I've had some fun in Roseville before. Have you ever gone to the Hayloft Liquor Stand? Isn't that in Roseville?
I may have been there once or twice back in my day.
Oh, baby. The Ritz in Roseville.
Wow, now you're really going back.
I know.
Cruising down Gratiot.
There's a fly ball that's headed to Gratiot or the Gap. Call it what you want. Irish is going to hold it third, and Dresselhaus is going to cruise into second with another extra base hit for the Eaglets.
Now batting number 3, Ryan McKay.
Nice line drive gap shot there. Dresselhaus putting the barrel on it, and he's got some wheels.
He does. He runs well.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to send Irish if Dresselhaus would have moved over to third there.
It was
but he put
50-50 call. Yeah. I think he could have.
But like we were talking about earlier, you know, when you square them up like that, you got to think 2 out of the box for sure.
Yeah. This is Ryan Minnie McKay, who popped his first home run of the year.
And it was not cheap.
No. Back in the second inning. Looking to add on more ribeyes. There's a fastball that finds the inside corner. Well placed by Gabe Jones.
And McKay knows he missed one there, I think.
Yep. McKay's 2-run home run. And that one hit him on the foot, or did it get through?
I don't know.
They're going to say it did not touch him. And so it's a pass ball. And Irish is in to score, and it's 7-0 St. Mary's.
And if you're McKay, even if it did hit you,
don't act
just
like it.
pretend that it didn't.
Yes.
Whereas in some occasions when you don't get hit, you pretend that
like
you did.
Do. That's right.
But this one resulted in a run for the Eaglets.
Can play both sides of the coin, can't you?
Yep.
Runner at third, still a ribeye out there for Minnie. And he will Q1 to first, and that will almost hit us. Where did that ball go? Did it get through the fence?
No, it's back here.
Okay.
But if we
felt like it hit me.
Let's get another look at that. That's exactly the type of hit I'm talking about, where it hits the ground in front of his front foot.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes you'll see hitters, when they pull it like that and it gets down in the dirt, they'll act like it hit them, and the ump will call a foul ball.
It's an RBI for Minnie McKay as we see the ground out.
Yeah, you probably can't quite see it so good, but from our view, it was a pretty good shot, and it looked like it almost caught him on that front foot.
Yeah, it did.
But either way, they cleared the bases with a couple runs, and let's get back to work here.
3 RBIs now in the game for Ryan Minnie McKay. Yes, 3 of the 8 runs driven in here in game 2. St. Mary's 8 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Warren De La Salle, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error.
And it looks like Oliver's not fazed by getting hit his last time up. Back in the box, looking good.
John Musacchio, you get a good look at him. Taking over in his first year. And he says, look, we just got to remain hard-nosed, tough, blue-collar team, and we're going to get wins.
Yep.
That's going to be our, he says, that's our pillar. And he said, look, we just can't get sped up against St. Mary's like we did against Rice. Game 1, they didn't get sped up, really. They kept it within Willie, and this one's gotten out of hand maybe a little bit early.
They kept that first one within striking distance up until the last inning.
Yeah.
And this one, though, a little bit different story. That's okay, though. The season's young for them. I mean, this is what, their 9th and 10th game of the year? I'm assuming they probably got a good 25, 30 left to go.
They do.
So lots of time to figure a few things out, and with the youth on his ball club, they should be just fine as they continue on the year.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a lot of baseball left to be played, you feel, when you've only played 10 games on a season. St. Mary's played 44 games last season. There's a ball that bounces off the mound, flipped to second for one, relay to first, not in time. That was a 4.63 attempt.
6.43.
6.43 attempt. See, I'm learning.
That's okay. We'll get you there. Like we said, a lot of ball games, a lot of season left.
That's right. 6-4, and the 3 was not in time. But Matt Petrie is out. He's going to make a move, and he will bring on a pinch runner here. And this is Kyle Crockett, the senior. And Bruzowitz is going to check out of the game. Ryan Mooney will bat.
I don't know. Do we have any? Yeah, it does look like we got some action down in the pen for Orchard Lake. So that might be all. That might be all for Parker Bershevitz. We'll see when they come back out.
It might be. Ryan Mooney will bat for Brustevich. That's a sure sign that a change is about to be made. 8-0 St. Mary's leads. We'll keep an eye also on the fact that Mercy Rule does come into play.
Yeah.
There you see Brandon Skorupski, the left-hander, warming up in the bullpen. There's a pop-up right side, and Rozier's going to make the catch in foul territory for out number 3. So St. Mary's is out, but they do their most damage in this 4th inning. They're now up 8-0. They went for 2. We go to the 5th.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player. And I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Corps bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, took my advice, trying to figure out what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Corps bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB Corps bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB Corps bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB Corps bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
There you see our top 10. St. Mary's, University Liggett, Brother Rice, all Catholic League teams, 1, 2, 3. Woodhaven, they're coming with some heat. They're coming to make some noise. Corey's got a nice club down there. Howell also making some noise in the top 5.
Old laddie boy over in Howell.
Is that who it is?
Jason Ladd, yeah.
Okay. Dakota, Northville, Huron, Trenton, and Detroit Country Day, who I think is a sleeper team, especially in Division II. They've got some guys over there. We got a chance to see them on Monday. I mean, they got some talent, and I think they're a little bit underrated. But we'll see. Time will tell. They are in Division II as well. This is number 2, Beer Nat. And he grounds one sharply to second. McKay's been busy today. Flips to first to Schubert.
Yes, he has.
Quickly went out.
I would say aside from the catcher, he's probably got the most
Now
putouts
batting
on the
number
day.
13,
Yes.
Oscar Thompson.
There's a pitching change. Parker Brustevich's day is done. And the 5'9", 170-pound left-handed senior Brandon Skorupski is on. The Davenport commit. And this is a really strong left-handed piece out of the pen for Matt Petrie. And his most reliable piece from last year that comes back.
And it looks like we got a new hitter at the plate here. Oscar Thompson stepping in the 9-hole, I believe.
Yep, Thompson. Yep.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It is Oscar Thompson. He snuck in that 9-hole.
He did.
After last game.
My apologies.
You're all right. Skorupski got him on strikes. Ooh, Skorupski. Boy, he can find it. He's firm with a fastball. He's on the corners. A strike thrower, and Willie, he's got that 12-6 bender he hasn't even revealed yet today.
Yeah, let's see that. I don't know if you remember a guy from the Houston Astros organization, Billy Wagner.
Of course, all 5'9" of them through 102.
Yeah, this kid looks just like him.
Yeah.
And brings it just like him, too.
Uh-huh. That's a good call. I like that comparison. Skorupski winds and deals. There's that 12-6 bender. And that strikeout is complete. So Skorupski comes on with a clean fifth, and his teammates like him quite a bit. You can see by his reaction. Eaglets by 8.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
The Eaglets, #1 in the country, according to Collegiate Baseball newspaper. Matt Petrie, the bench boss, 625 students in this co-divisional system that's working quite well. And next year, the Eaglets will bring in 95 girls or so and about 175 boys. That enrollment's going to grow. Matt Petrie in his 12th year. State champions are the Eaglets 5 times over. 9 state titles between these two schools. And a baseball alum you should know, Mike Ignashik, former draft pick of the Milwaukee Brewers back in '88. And we've got a new pitcher on the mound for Warren De La Salle. And he's none other than number 16, James Milkey, who we saw working in that bullpen earlier. And he will face the top of the Eaglet order. Not an easy task. Jack Crichton, one of the finest athletes to roam the halls at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. What a shooting guard on the basketball team. A 4-year player in basketball, 4-year player in baseball. And he's been special in his career.
Lockdown defender on the basketball team.
You're not kidding. You're putting this guy on the best scorer in the Catholic League. And
yep.
You know that this kid can play and compete. Swing and a miss, down on strikes there. So an impressive debut out of the pen
Now batting
for Mr. Milky.
number 13, Blake Grimmer.
Here comes Blake Grimmer, who's having himself another day.
Yes, he is.
The Tennessee commit. Upright left-handed stance. And he smashes one to left down the corner, and that is unobtainable.
Tennessee Volunteers doing some things in the college rank. I believe
they're ranked, aren't they?
They are number 1.
Yeah, they're ranked pretty well.
Or they were last week. I don't know what's happened this week, but they've been in the top slot for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah. He flies one to left center field. And this ball is going to play tricks, but it's handled and caught in left field, but not without some theatrics.
By Oscar Thompson.
By Mr. Thompson. He's sneaky.
Yep.
Now batting number 30, Nolan Schubert.
So he's out. Here comes Schubert with 2 outs in the home half of the 5th, and St. Mary's leading 8-0.
Grimmer will fit nicely in that Tennessee lineup in the years to come.
Oh, you're not kidding. If he gets there.
Yeah, right?
It's another guy that, I mean, left-handed bat. Guy that can play the corners. I mean, there was talks he was going to take over for Mooney at short.
Yeah.
I mean, after he left, and Alex is doing great things at Duke.
Had a great weekend, I believe.
He sure did. And they got him in that leadoff spot, doing good things.
Yep.
Homered, I believe, against Notre Dame the other weekend.
Uh-huh.
Schubert with 2 hits and 2 RBIs in game 1. And in this one, Schubert has been solid as well. He's been on a tear. 2 hits in each game. And, of course, the home run in each game. 2 home runs on the day. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. So how about it?
Yeah,
stand up
there by James Milky.
Milky.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's 8, Warren D. LaSalle 0.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Warren D. LaSalle, Division I private, just over 1,000 students out of Warren, Michigan. John Moose Mustachio in his first season, and he's doing great things. Got this team off to a 6-2 start heading into today. Nick Buss is a 2005 grad, you should recall. He played at USC and San Diego Mesa, drafted in the 8th round by the Dodgers. A couple of stints with a LA-based club. And he's a proud alum of 2005 of Warren D. LaSalle. You remember him? A little bit?
I can't recall.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty.
I can't. And sadly, I'm a Dodger guy.
Are you? Well.
So I can't, I mean, it does not ring a bell.
That's all right. It happens. They sneak by. You can't catch them all.
Can't catch them all. That's right.
Rhett Rozier is going to draw a walk. The number 2 hitter draws a walk from Brandon Skorupski. Skorupski's on in relief of Parker Brustevich.
Number 26, Andrew Jingle.
And Brustevich is in line to pick up what would be his team-leading 4th win. The book is closed on the sophomore. He finishes with 4 innings pitched. He gives up just 1 hit, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And he threw 44 pitches, 29 of which were for strikes. So 8-0 St. Mary's. He looks to be in line for another win. And it's up to Brandon Skorupski to hold the lead. There's a throwback.
The old back door.
The back door almost was cracked open.
Yeah. These St. Mary's pitchers work very efficiently. That's what impresses me the most. Like,
yeah.
If you're going to beat them, you're going to have to earn it. They don't give up a whole lot of freebies.
No, just 1 walk in this one. There's a ground ball to first. Could be 2. Schubert to second for 1. Relay to first. And it's an eaglet double play. How about it?
Yeah.
Flashing some leather.
Yes, sir. We would score that one, I believe, a 1-6 or a 3-6-3 double play.
There you go. And Schubert with the headiness to turn it quickly. This is not a natural first baseman.
No.
This is a kid that just jumped in at first and turned in a double play.
Yeah, made that look easy.
That's something. Man, the versatility. So,
like that's not an easy play for a first baseman.
It's not at any level. Eric Anton, the batter, and he will ground out to retire the side. So that is that.
Yep.
8-0 Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
SP Sports Performance, headed by Joe Neal, conveniently located in Farmington Hills, Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Waterford. You can email them. Contact us at 2spsports.com, 248-397-8945. And 10% off when you mention the prep for your training. And check them out, 2SP, big trainers.
They do a nice job over there.
They do. Big in St. Mary's baseball and De La Salle baseball, and also a lot of Brother Rice lacrosse, which we will have
off the bottom of the 6th inning
on Friday.
Number 18, Ike Irish.
By the way, you're invited to be a part of our sponsorship team. Get at us today. We'd love for you to be a sponsor on the Prep. And info at theprepsports.com. You can also follow us on social media at the Prep 3 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing to our YouTube page, we would greatly appreciate it. It's free. Just click it. Subscribe. Thank you.
Yes, it is free.
And not much is free these days. Not a lot of free love on this street for Ike Irish, as we've got a new pitcher on the mound for De La Salle, and it's Dante Pancato. Dante Pancato, the junior, is on in relief to pitch.
You know, Chad, I was telling you in between innings here that Elon Musk just bought Twitter for $44 billion.
That's it?
I downloaded it for free. What's he thinking?
There you go. Isn't that something? Wow. And you were saying off air, with his money, you could buy every pro franchise?
Yeah, with his net worth, he could purchase every team in the 4 majors. NHL, NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
There's a strikeout. So down goes Ike Irish. Dante Pancato feeling good after his first fella. The top hitter for St. Mary's goes down.
And it looks like he's got quite an off-speed pitch here that he's relying on.
Yes. The idea is to throw strikes, and this kid's a strike thrower. Outside corner strike called to Jake Dresselhaus. Ryan McKay in the on-deck circle. 1 out, St. Mary's up 8-0. Trying to sweep De La Salle and go to 10-0 in, 8-0 in league play and 18-0 overall. That was the off-speed pitch.
Yep. And I'm witnessing something that you don't see at this field very often. Those flags are not moving.
No, the weather's really held up nicely for us, you got to say. I mean, not a lot of wind. The sun's been out.
Yep.
No rain, no mist. I mean, this has really settled in to be something.
Thankfully.
Yeah. There's a ground ball to second. And scooped up and fired to first. Yeah, this game was originally scheduled to be played yesterday. And let's give Matt Petrie some credit. He says, tomorrow it's going to be about 10 to 12 degrees better.
Yes.
What a much better experience and decision.
Yeah.
As we get a replay of the ground out.
Well, and you always got to look out for the better half of the athletes, you know. You don't want anybody being out here cold, getting hurt, pulling muscles or anything like that.
That's right. Fine play by Biranat. So this is Ryan Minnie McKay, who's having quite the day. McKay, 3 RBIs, and including his first home run of the year. And he has upped that RBI total from an already healthy number. As tries to tack on another here late. And this one is deep down the right field line near 315, and it is a foul ball. That ball was touched in foul territory. And that was a close play, but the right fielder who came over to make the play, and this is Andrew Jingle, his body's in fair play, but it doesn't matter. It's where the ball touches the fielder, and it was foul ball.
Yep. You got the call right there.
Sure. McKay with 3 RBIs in this game now has 18 on the year. This one's fouled back.
Fights one off there to stay alive.
Yes, sir.
Full count, 2 down.
Inside, it got him. Ooh, McKay is hit, and he'll sprint down to first.
Both middle infielders taking one off the elbow today.
Yeah, not something you want to have happen late in the ballgame. But we'll take another look here, and yeah, nobody feels worse than Dante. That one is ripped to left field. This one's deep off the bat of Oliver. It's off the wall. Oliver's going to cruise into second with a double. Matt Petrie will hold McKay at third. And it's a 2-out extra base hit for Jason Oliver.
And a play that Amir Mitchell just made on that ball coming in on the cutoff throw. Saved
Have your attention, please. Now entering the game and batting for the Eaglets, number 28, Charlie Hardenberg.
So Charlie Hardenberg will come on and pinch hit for Matt Petrie after the Oliver double. So next up for De La Salle is on the road at U of D. The only winless team in the CHSL Central in baseball. And so that's just what the doctor ordered after getting St. Mary's and Brother Rice in back-to-back series.
Yep, and sometimes that's what you need.
Yep.
You know, they got some youth on this ball club. It's always nice to taste victory after a couple losses.
Yeah, and it's a UAD club that's already been swept by De La Salle, but it wasn't easy. 6-3 in game 1 and 2-1 in an 8-inning affair in game 2. Fouled away.
Young man from Clarkston will take that one home.
Some love for the northern Oakland County Burbs. Why not? Dante's pitch sails high, so bottom of the 6th. The Eaglets, who scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, are threatening to go back-to-back innings scoreless. And that one is upstairs. So
Hardenberg working a walk there.
Base is now loaded, and that'll bring up Ryan Mooney.
Ryan Mooney.
St. Mary's, meanwhile, next week will also take on UAD. And that'll be here, and we'll have coverage of that next week.
I'm assuming they still go Wednesdays and Saturdays in the Catholic League?
I think so. Saturdays, yes. Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Tuesdays, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I can't keep track of the days.
I hear you.
I think they kind of rotate the Tuesday, Wednesday. So bases are loaded in a 1-1 count with 2 outs.
And if you're De La Salle, you're trying to keep that guy on second base from crossing the plate because that's the one who will end it with the 10-run mercy rule.
Yeah. Want to thank our hard-working crew today. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Brandon Cardenas on replay. Adam Fuller on graphics. Devin Schweitzer on camera. Kyle Buchanan on camera. Samuel Fisher on audio. Pat Bush on stats. And my partner, Jeff Willis, on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. Glad you're with us here. Thank you so much for watching.
It's always a pleasure to be out here.
Also want to thank Delaney Higgins, our graphics designer. Doing a great job as our graphics intern all season long. There's an RBI walk for Ryan Mooney. It's 9-0 St. Mary's as McKay crosses the plate.
Number 5, Jack Crichton.
Also want to say thank you to Nick Lundberg, our prep beat writer. Nick's doing great things writing for us. And we appreciate his services as well and hard work.
They do a nice job, those guys that you have writing for you. When I'm not able to watch, I make sure I check social media to see what's happening, find out who the G player of the day is and whatnot.
Thank you for that. And we've got some decisions to be made. There's a line shot down the line and left. That's down.
That's going to do it.
And that is going to end the ball game. Into score comes Jason Oliver, 10-0 St. Mary's. And it's a game-ending Crichton hit. And that game-ending hit is one of 12 that St. Mary's pounded out today. 10-0 St. Mary's wins.
Final score.
Both games are won by 10 runs. We'll take a timeout and come on back to Orchard Lake to put a bow on the show. We are the Prep.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Two more games in the books in this Catholic League weekday. St. Mary's and De La Salle have concluded their series here of two games. St. Mary's wins both by 10 runs in mercy fashion in the sixth inning. This was sort of what we expected to see today. The thought was, how would Porter pitch to start? I want your assessment of Brock Porter in game one, and of course, everybody out to see him. First and foremost, your thoughts on his performance?
Works very efficiently. Obviously, dominates when he's on the mound. Got himself out of a quick little jam there, and ended up finishing the deal for him. You know,
and then
40. How many pitches did we say?
59.
59.
Very efficient.
And 14. You know. Career high or yearly high strikeouts.
15 of them.
Yeah, so
a big outing in game one for Porter, but game two is all about the offense, and overshadowed was that offense, was the pitching behind that offense, which was very good. This was an error and a mishap, and a rare one for their fine center fielder, Mr. Anton. St. Mary's would take advantage of it, and then a little up the middle base hit here. That would score a run. That was from Grimmer. Into score came Aiden Donovan. That was part of a 3-run fourth for St. Mary's. Ryan Minnie McKay. You knew it was just a matter of time before he would clear the fence. He did it. First of many on the year. And Minnie had 3 RBIs in this game. And will certainly be in discussion for our G of the game.
Yeah.
This was a high throw and a fine play by Schubert. Defensively, a little bit of leather. And then Schubert playing a little long ball here. He can do it with a glove. He can pick it. He can slam it. And so can this guy, Dresselhaus.
Yes, sir.
Dresselhaus would find another gap.
Yep, very well-rounded ball club and a great outing for this club today. Offensively, defensively, pitching, worked very efficient, low pitch counts, high strike ratio. So all in all, just a good day for the Eaglets.
You see the double play there. And then Jack Crichton with a lacing liner to left. And St. Mary's would get all the help they would need early and roll to a 10-0 walk-off Mercy win. And the Eaglets now improve their record to 18-0. De La Salle moves to 6-4. St. Mary's wins game 1 11-1 in 6 innings. But that was a 5-1 game going into the bottom of the 6th.
Yep.
And St. Mary's the second 10-0 winners. We're up next on the prep on Friday. We've got 3 games going on Friday. We got a lot of action. We've got lacrosse and 10-man live going on. We've got Flint United basketball. And we also have our third event on Friday, which will be soccer. That's right. Right here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, we've got women's soccer. And Keith Jeffrey's girls soccer club is on fire. They're
Very
ranked
nice.
in the top 15 in the state.
Very nice.
Doing wonderful things in their first year. How about the girls' athletic program here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's? We're going to feature them on Saturday. We're proud to do that. Part of our triple header on Friday on the prep. Saturday we'll have lacrosse, and we'll also have, what else? Soccer. Thank you, Fish. I can't keep track of all these
That's
events.
all right.
We'll have national soccer from Oakland University, the home of Mr. Fuller. That will be on Saturday. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. I want to say thank you again to Jeff Willis on color commentary, the former state champion head coach here at St. Mary's, always gracious with his time.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. St. Mary's 18-0 after the sweep over De La Salle. De La Salle moves on to take on UAD this weekend, while St. Mary's will take on Catholic Central on Saturday. Catholic Central Sports Media will have that coverage for you from Novi. My name's Chad Bush. Thanks so much for watching the prep. Good night, everybody.